So did Ryder change their? I saw Ryder truck drive. So did Ryder change their marketing and their color after the bombing? Because it was just
I don't.
It was like a yellow, like it was very noticeable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
And then they painted it white, and it kind of looks, just kind of blends in now. I wonder when they did that change. Chris in his sweat outfit. How many times did you work out today?
15?
Oh, just once? Yeah. Do you shoot like before that or after?
No, what?
The gear before or after?
It's before.
It is before?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I've heard.
Because you want to get the blood flowing or something?
Yeah, it's like any other drug that or medicine. Some you take in the evening, some you take in the morning, some you take with medicine, some you take without medicine.
Some with food, without food.
Some with food, some without food. Yeah. Dave Parker, boy, he was a good ball player.
Ouch. It's always hot in here.
Oh, it sure is bright in this seat.
What happened? Oh, my goodness. Turn some of those lights off, Chris. Sound is on. We're ready for the show. If you killed those lights, would that help?
Oh, it's 100% sun. We really should, with this being a studio, we really shouldn't have
The blinds up?
blinds up, but we have such a great view.
I know.
You got to have the blinds up.
We don't
Maybe-
have to. Oh,
Close those, open those, leave those open.
that's an accident waiting to happen right there. Something bad's going to go down.
Should we videotape it?
Well, I asked Chris to run a camera on it. He said no.
I did, but she said to watch close. That
Oh, she
could
did.
happen. We're talking about Stacey Frazier.
Yeah, I think Stacy's got it. She's got a helper there now.
Oh,
Someone's got to hold the ladder.
Well, wait a second. Okay, there's 2 ladders involved.
yeah. I think it looks like it's on there.
Oh, she's got it.
She's a pro.
You've got Chris looks angelic
Angelic.
in the lighting compared to Ronnie and Phil. Well, that goes without saying.
Angelic. It's just disgusting.
At least we're not squinting. Aunt Shirley is watching.
Yes, she is. Aunt Shirley and Aunt Janet and Mom, are they going on a vacation together?
They always go on cruises together, yo.
Okay, I think.
Who's going where?
Well, Phil, it's over.
Phil, it's already talked about.
No,
it really is. Every time.
All
It's
day
all
long.
the
Oh, my goodness. He's like,
It's amazing.
I heard Aunt Janet, and I heard your mama, but I didn't hear the third person, and Chris asked if they were going somewhere.
I heard him, and he spoke over you.
I was replying to a text from a viewer.
Cousin Nate wants to know where the street cam is. We do. We have it, but the way that
No, I just wanted to do that.
the way the sun's coming in, you wouldn't be able to see anything. In fact, we were wanting to go with street cam for the background instead of the normal background, but the sun is right in the camera, and the windows have not been replaced yet. So
It's coming.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail.
I think once the windows get replaced, we'll be having a
Is that the camera that we need to have the blinds down on?
for my sake.
Yeah.
I think it's
that one, isn't
it
it?
has to be that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because look at the shadow.
maybe if I close the blind.
Well, you don't think if you turn some of these lights off, it wouldn't help a little bit?
It's all sun.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to look at me like I'm an idiot. I'm trying.
It's the third time.
I'm trying to help.
It's the third time. It's the third time you
I'm trying to help.
Ow.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to help.
I thought it was 2, but I was like, I thought it was 3. I was going to say.
I threw 60 pitches today, Phil. My arm hurts.
Let me see.
Not tender, just
Okay.
not like Chris.
Oh, boy.
I think
Yeah, there's no shadow now.
Like that helped a lot, Chris. Look at there.
Hey!
Just like that, it's fixed.
I'm back.
So angelic now, are we? Angelic. That's disgusting.
What a word.
That is a great word. It's one of those words I have to look at to say it.
There's a few, all of us have them, but there's a few words that trip you up.
Yes.
Yeah, and we all have words that trip us up.
On how to spell them?
No, how to say them.
You know how to spell goatee?
Yeah.
Right.
G-O-T-E-E. Goatee.
How do you spell it?
Goatee. I'm not doing it again.
Spell it.
Nope. I'm not doing it.
I had to figure out how to spell it today.
How do you spell it?
Goatee.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not go T-E-E.
I was trying to be funny.
Yeah. No, because when I first wrote it out, I put go -T. I was like, that's not it. Then Google helped me.
I got a threatening text message after last week's show, Ronnie. Let me find it here. Somebody said they were coming for us.
And I think when they say us, it's you.
City manager?
Huh?
New city manager?
No, it's too late for that. He's got a learner's permit. He can't. Let's see here. He was.
You can search for
Yeah.
It's amazing.
How do you do that?
Go to the top.
Just type in the person's name right there.
Where is it?
Well, you don't have him under
Well,
that
you
name.
obviously not that good of a friend.
What do you mean we're not? Why are you attacking me?
Well, he's not in your phone.
I'll show you, Phil.
Oh, right here.
Oh, you don't have him. You don't save his
I
name.
didn't save his
his
name.
number
Yeah, I will.
immediately.
He told me that at the GOP
Renaissance
convention.
Fair?
GOP convention last Saturday.
GOP
yeah.
convention.
Bill was
County.
there for 3 minutes.
Had to leave.
We'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, had to leave.
So, okay, we need to take notes here.
Look, where's Phil at? He did what?
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'm not to my sources because it could be wrong.
You don't have any sources.
What? Chris Evans, my brother. I got all kinds of sources.
Good evening, fella. Who's that? Who's that right there?
That is Mr. Gibson.
Oh, Greg.
What are the notes for?
So we don't forget. Logan County, GOP. Billy Papa wants to know, what did I miss? Absolutely nothing.
Chris is evidently angelic.
Oh, yeah, I am angelic.
Ronnie, still mean, and I forget things.
And asked 100 questions.
What?
Huh?
What? What did you say?
Who?
Like he's left. Like he's
Who said that?
Like he doesn't want to get left out on something.
Yeah.
Like on a conversation. I don't want to be left out. What?
It's always from the
Who
other
was
room,
it?
too. Who said what?
Did
Coming in from the
you
hallway.
start the show yet?
I haven't started the intro
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Coming in from the hallway, he hears us finish our conversation. What was that, guys?
That's Cap. That's Cap.
What are you guys talking about?
What's this?
Hey, can you do the thing with the air conditioning, Ronnie?
Turn it down.
Where it's cooler.
Would you like to turn the air
I
conditioner
haven't
down?
been this hot since my workout this morning.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
What?
Nothing.
I came in sweating and 77.
Talk to Colonel. Colonel's in charge.
All right, we're getting ready to start the show.
You like cornbread?
Oh gosh, I love cornbread.
Me too.
But with sugar in it, right?
Yes, gotta have sugar in it.
Well, that's out for you. You're preparing for a fitness competition.
No, I'm not prepared for
Well,
that.
evidently.
Triathlon.
No. All right, let's start the show.
Push button.
Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast with Chris Evans and Phil Nichols, along with Ronnie Phillips. The Open Mic Podcast is part of the Second Banana Media Podcast Network. Coming to you live from Guthrie, Oklahoma, inside the Second Banana Media Studios, here's Chris Evans.
Open Mic Podcast. Wednesday, March 29th. A few more days left in March before we get ready for the big month of April. Rain's supposed to fall in April. This is our 44th open mic podcast, by the way. Welcome to that. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans, Silas B. Maxwell. Appreciate everyone checking us out on the live show. Of course, you can always go back and check the replay. Check us out on Second Banana Media Facebook, Second Banana Media YouTube, also on secondbananamedia.com. So one of many podcasts on there. We had the Chamber of Commerce in here today. Brittany had Casa for Kids in.
Good group.
And kind of excited to announce the new podcast. The first podcast was done last weekend and just got it uploaded on Second Banana Media, and it is called...
I know what it's called.
Unsportsmanlike.
Well, that's kind of a negative name.
Well, it's a new show. 4 high school buddies here at Guthrie High School have come together for a podcast. They've done 2, one publicly, one for a grade. And their first guest, 2-time state champion, Eli Kirk.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
That's big time.
When was that filmed?
Well, there's no film.
No film.
But
There's no film.
It's going to be a long night.
they cut that on Saturday.
Cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they recorded it.
Cut that on Saturday.
Cut it on Saturday, dropped on Monday.
Dropped on Monday.
Yeah. So, unsportsmanlike. Kel Evans, Jackson Walters, Tyron Eaton, and Hunter Highsmith. And it might not be all 4 of them all the time, but they are excited and already a couple hundred views already. So
Those high schoolers.
off and rolling, yeah.
Yep.
Those high schoolers.
Popular.
So
That's awesome.
if you want to check it out, secondbananamedia.com has it. Also, Second Banana Media social media has it as well. If you don't want to watch the video, don't blame you. You can always check out the audio. You can find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you find your favorite podcast. That is where we are at. Cousin Nate says, happy Major League Baseball opening day eve.
Tomorrow.
So baseball starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yep.
Major League Baseball.
Cubs will start their run at the World Series.
Who?
The Cubs.
Already in first place.
Already in first place.
won't
Looking
last.
good. Good spring training. Very excited for this year. Can't win them all if you don't win the first one, Chris.
They'll all fall apart. So where do they finish? 20 games out? 25
Probably, yeah,
games?
roughly.
Yeah,
Roughly.
okay.
Roughly.
Let's check it. Couldn't have done that before we started the show? Guess not.
Well, it was going to kill me just seeing it unbalanced like that. But
Well, as you tell me, I mean, we're all dying, Chris.
Carrie says, welcome to 2023, Phil.
What does that mean?
Well, that means video, film.
Yep.
Probably.
Oh, I don't care. This generation doesn't know what a boy is, a girl is. I mean, so I feel pretty good where I'm at.
So 40 years ago when someone was 56, what were they complaining about then?
Wasn't that? I can tell you
So
that.
what was it 40 years ago?
40 years ago, probably you got the normal stuff, music, how kids dress. They're disrespectful. Our country's screwed. I mean, all the same stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff. It's just different topics.
Different topics. Yeah.
No. Every generation thinks that this generation is going to be the one that's going to end
End
us
it all.
all.
Yeah.
They're going to end it all. We're all going to.
That's back 4 years ago. That's when the Motley Crue and them all came out, right? And it was,
It was
just
actually no, it was before that actually.
before that.
Yeah, we were before them.
Oh.
Motley Crue was a little later, not much later.
I
but
thought
a little
early
later.
80s.
Yeah, in the 80s, but
In that early 80s, 40 years ago?
yeah, but I'm saying Motley Crue got big a little later.
Gotcha.
I mean, not, but they were out,
But
but
that
they
type
weren't.
of music is what I'm kind of
Yes,
saying, too.
yeah,
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
to the devil and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I know my grandpa. First time he rode in my truck, and we got my truck going somewhere, and I had the old Pioneer cassette, top of the line, speakers everywhere, ready to roll. And
Did you
got
have,
on.
did you have your amp bridged?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I turned the old truck on, and Hell's Bells was playing at the loudest I could possibly get it, and my grandpa looked at me and he said, "You're going to church with me this Sunday."
Back in the long hair days? Long hair is starting to come back.
No, mullet hair. That was when the mullets were getting big.
Yep. I had one.
I mean, yeah, that was when the mullets were getting big. But it was, that's what we ought to do at some point. We need to all upload like pictures of us in high school. and share them.
I got it. I got some.
So that would be funny. That'd be very funny.
Chris was tiny in high school.
What'd you weigh when you graduated high school? What'd you weigh?
Oh, 170, 165,
Okay.
175.
Okay. How about you, Chris?
240? 205?
No.
You went on gear then.
You were on
He didn't get on
205.
steroids till an adult.
He didn't grow up until after he graduated high
grow
school.
up. Didn't grow up. Here we
As
go.
far as growing height and stuff like that, he didn't.
How tall were you your senior year? The way Ronnie's talking,
I
like
talked.
5'1".
The only reason why I know this is because I talked to Seth Robbins a few minutes ago, and we were talking about his high school career, and Seth said that he grew more after he graduated. It seemed like.
I think that's normal for a lot of people. A lot of people.
I don't know. There's some lot of big kids that are in high school right now.
Right now, but I'm
Yeah.
saying back in the day. But I think that's also because literally everything we eat has about 97,000 different things that they've sprayed on them. So I mean, I think there's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah.
Earlier, we were talking about words in the pre-show.
Words are important.
Words are very important, especially. But what's one of the words you have a hard time spelling?
Oh, it's a long list.
No, I mean there are like
I mean, dog. It.
Like-
no, I'm a decent speller. I mean, so I don't struggle a lot with words.
Necessary and guarantee.
Ooh.
Necessary and
Yeah.
guarantee. Those are hard ones for
Spell
me.
guarantee.
GU. I know it's GU because I had to spell the other day because with our
You're a good speller.
GU
okay.
GUARANTEE.
Good job.
Now I can't spell necessary. NECCESARY.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
NECESSARY.
AR.
Oh, way off.
Yeah.
Those are two tough ones for me.
There are. Banana was a little weird at the beginning.
Banana was
Banana,
a little,
yeah.
because it's not one you spell
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
often.
yeah,
It's
it's
just not you don't incorporate banana
So
into
I
very
have
many
to
written
do it-
communication.
Mosquito.
Mosquitoes, another
Mosquito's
one.
a tougher one.
Yeah.
If you don't spell it all the time.
MOSQUITO.
Oh, MOSQU.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I hear you say U.
Yeah.
Yep, ITO.
You always when there's a Q, there's usually a U after.
Usually, yep.
Yeah. There was one I was getting ready to say that's hard to. What was it? Daggone it.
I used to struggle with the I and E.
Oh, another one was tough for me was Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Spell it.
Flow Rida.
Now it's Flo Rida.
Flow Rida. The rapper.
I'll never misspell
Yeah,
Flo Rida.
Flow Rida.
FLORIDA.
Yeah. Give yourself a team.
He's so competitive.
Y'all get one, I get one.
People
right?
don't realize how competitive he really is.
Phil, spell a word.
I mean,
With your
know.
Universal.
UNIVERSAL.
Yep.
The one that is tough for me, and I don't know, I have to think about this one, is with your podcast, the Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur's a
Spotlight.
tough
That
one.
is a tough one. I couldn't spell that right. now.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, because it's a PRE.
P-R-E.
Yes.
So pre.
Yes.
Newer. Yeah. Entrepreneur. I mean, that's what bucks you off.
You want to try?
PR.
You want to try it, Ronnie? Entrepreneur.
You say entree. That's so
Yeah.
2 E's.
Entrepreneur.
ENTREEPRE manure.
Manure. Entrepreneur.
No, not quite. I know a lot of people are watching. You got to give us some of the words that you have a hard time.
Oh boy, is this we're doing.
No, it's just
Fun.
for just for a few minutes.
I feel like we're going to be exposed.
No,
It don't matter.
it's a real thing. It's not.
when you have
Entrepreneur.
when you have autocorrect on everything you type,
Yeah,
it's easy.
exactly.
Not,
It's
it's
harder.
easy. It's
Yes.
easy to forget how to spell words because I mess them up on purpose just because I know what autocorrect it for me.
Yeah.
What the hell is fire weather?
We're
does that mean?
We're in the fire watch. Remember at lunch
What?
I said we're in the fire watch.
The wind.
Yeah, but it says
the wind-
fire weather here.
Yeah, we have weather that enhances the fire conditions.
Can't just say it's windy out.
It's always windy, but it's an extreme fire danger.
It's one of those newfangled things.
It's been around for a while.
There's that rider truck again.
So
driving.
apparently everyone else can spell just fine and don't have any words that are tough.
Now
to-
Chris is getting salty with her people.
Well, no, I'm just
Getting
saying.
salty.
No one's.
Well, maybe they don't want to participate, Chris. I mean, it's a free
we got
country.
8 people on YouTube.
You can do what you want to do. I mean, it's not a.
Oh, G of Guthrie. Thank you, G of Guthrie.
Oh.
This is a good one. Wednesday.
Ooh.
I used to have trouble with that one.
Yeah.
I did. Casino business. I'm good with that one now.
Gubernatorial.
Spell Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Because everybody, I used to want to spell it this way, WEND, right? Your wife, Miss Sarah, looks like
This is
Jennifer
a good
Lawrence.
one. Hold on, I got one more word.
Subject right now.
This is a good one here too. Thank you, Carrie, for this one.
Oh, Carrie's got one.
Or have Phil spell this one.
Oh, I'll tell you flat out if I can't.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't spell it.
That is a tough one.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a good one.
I'll tell you right now, I can't spell it.
When I text, I don't even type it. I spell
But let me see what I do here.
DEF.
You pull it up there and see if I can spell it right.
Okay.
That's a good one. That is definitely a good one. That one, maybe I'm 50-50 on it when I'm typing it out.
Go ahead.
DEFINITELY. Yes.
Good job. See, this is the greatest thing in the world for me in spelling.
Definitely.
Yes. It's,
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It depends.
Yeah, when you put Phil's looking at his phone.
Do like like you're getting ready to send a text.
Type in, all you did was type in DE.
Yeah, and it popped up.
And it popped right up.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So I wonder if kids growing up now, Ronnie, you got young kids. Well, they're not on the phone.
they
now.
don't have phones.
Don't have phones yet. So I wonder, like 5th, 6th, 7th graders have a hard time spelling because their phone and Microsoft Word and Google. Grammarly does all that stuff for them now.
I still think I'm going to catch some flack for this. I think there's things because of technology, as far as what we're teaching kids, that don't need to be taught. I know that's going to offend a lot of people, including the blonde-haired, wonderful woman I live with, but I think we need to teach different things in school.
Blake says, handful of months of the year were tough to remember. Now your phone automatically helps you.
Yeah.
Toughest month, January. Maybe January might be the toughest one of them all. February. A lot of people mess up
February is tough.
Yep.
How do you spell February, Ronnie?
February?
Yeah.
Bye, Ronnie.
FEBRUARY.
Yep. So I guess January and February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, it has to be January, February would be the toughest ones, I would think, on that one. So anyway, we don't have to spend all day on this one. It'd be fun, but maybe we can take a spelling test.
Do they have
Boy.
do they still teach, like, what's the earliest they teach typewriting class? Like
They don't do typewriting
on how to type on a computer?
I don't think they do that anymore, do they? Keyboarding? Do they do
Yeah,
keyboarding?
keyboarding.
now?
That's what I'm saying. When Miss LeGrand taught us 6th grade, I think, or 7th grade maybe. They should be teaching that earlier, I think, because of all technology these days. Because they have each classroom has their own thing with computers and stuff, laptops and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to play a quick game. Ronnie versus Phil.
I said always Ronnie versus
Why
Phil.
can't you ever
Because
be?
I'm the...
No, you
guys-
can do it.
As I look at the words...
No, you tell us what game you want to play.
Phil, he'll crush you in a spelling bee.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
So here...
It's for the fans, Phil.
Oh, for the fans. Okay.
All right. Keep your own score.
I'm winning.
Well, I'm cheating. I
Phil will
mean,
cheat. I will keep score.
Oh, okay. Say, go put me down for the dub.
Phil, you get to go first.
What are we doing here?
The spelling test.
Oh, good
no,
Lord.
this is a 4th grade spelling test.
I'm not doing this.
4th grade spelling test.
Let's go. Be competitive, Phil. Let's go.
I quit being competitive a long time ago.
That's not true.
All right, Phil, your
very
first word.
Why do I got to go first?
Because I wrote your name down first. Alphabetical order.
All right.
Phil, your first word. Bridge.
BRIDGE.
Ronnie. Gravity.
Uh-oh.
GRAVITY.
Uh-oh.
Phil. Hungry.
Oh. HUNGRAY. Oh, EY. No, why? Just why?
Just why.
Yeah, just why. Yeah.
Is he getting credit for that?
No.
No, he does not.
Okay.
You don't got to play buzzer sound?
This
He did.
I did.
He did. You were too busy mocking me.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll get this one though, Ronnie. So.
I hope not.
Eclipse.
Oh, that's tougher than hungry.
Yeah, it is.
ECLIPSE. Eclipse.
Oh, boy.
Correct. Phil, your next word. Secret.
I don't know. I've lost interest.
He quit.
I've already lost
He already
interest.
quit.
Just try it.
Just mocking me.
Just use your words.
Can I still?
Yes.
No. Oh, so you don't know the answer.
No, I don't. I just said I didn't know.
You can try. Don't
you
be-
want me to mock myself?
Try.
Secret. You know how to spell secret?
Yes.
How do you spell it? S-E-C-R-E-T, right? S-E-C-R-E-T?
Yep.
Secret. Thanks. Thanks, Ronnie.
Cool.
Ronnie, applaud.
APPLAUD. Applaud.
Phil, laundry.
L-A-U-D-R-Y. Dang it.
Forgot the N.
Forgot the end. Laundry.
Not landry.
It's okay.
Well, I'm not paying attention either.
Trouble, Ronnie. Trouble.
TROU, Billy.
That's an easy one. Phil, attract.
What?
Attract.
A-T-T-R-A-C-T.
Phil's back on the board. Phil, you're down to 1.
He should be down 2. He's missed 2.
I should be down two.
Yeah.
I should be down one.
Ronnie, twilight.
Uh-oh.
TW. I-L-I-G-H.
There you go.
I have to remember where the I was at.
All right, a few more. Between, Phil. Phil, between.
B-tween. B-T-W-E-E-N.
You said BT? Did you say BT?
Yeah, he did.
B-tween.
Ronnie, describe.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
D-I-S-C-R-I-B-E. What do you mean wrong? I ain't wrong.
D-E-S-C-R-I-B-E.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Oh, Phil, you know this one. Oh, my gosh.
What is it?
Snowflake.
No, you know what that one is. Yeah.
You say it 25 times a day. Don't spell it, though.
No. S-N-O-W.
Yep. Flake.
F-L-A-K-E.
Is that one word or two
No,
words?
it is one word.
5-5.
It ain't 5-5.
Yes, it is.
I'm up 1.
No, you're not.
You have missed 2 words,
And
Phil.
you have missed 2 words.
I've missed 1 word.
Phil,
Chris?
I got 5-5.
Thanks.
It's not 5-5.
It's 5-5.
People tell me
Hello?
the scores.
Word freedom.
Oh.
F-R-E-E-D-O-M.
Okay.
I get
Phil.
I'll get a button. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Phil, slimy.
Slimy. J-O-E-B-I-D-E-N. Slimy.
Correct.
Try again.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. D-O-N-A-L-D-T-R-U-M-P.
Wrong.
Slimy? I don't
Slimy.
know. That's not, do you not spell that?
I do.
S-L-I.
1 or 2
What one or two what?
of the next letter.
I know, that's where it gets tricky. M. 1. E-Y.
E-Y.
It's Y.
No point.
Oh, no boy. So, trying to add a little fun to the show. Chris, okay, go ahead.
Glance.
G-L-A-N-C-E.
Ronnie's now +2. Last word, Phil.
Well, I can't win?
Nope.
Why can't this be a bonus word worth 5 points?
Okay, I'll have a bonus word for you. Okay. Phil, burglar.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to need more than one bonus word.
No, you can still win with the bonus word. Burglar.
I don't know how to spell that.
Well, give it a shot.
No. Go ahead, Ronnie. No, Ronnie didn't know how to spell it either. Do over.
No, you just don't get the point. I don't get your word.
Okay.
We don't get the steal.
Okay.
I get a word.
All right, your final word, Ronnie. Switch.
Really? I get burglar and he gets switch?
S-W-I-T-C-H.
Really?
Yeah, +3. It comes down to the bonus word. Phil, you get it. You can go up +2.
How are you selecting these words?
On the 4th grade spell. Phil,
Yeah.
dog.
We sound this out.
Is that a $100 bill?
D-O-G.
+5.
That's right.
Ronnie for the win.
Oh, boy. Hippopotamus?
I'm going to find the
Hippopotamus.
hardest word on here.
Annexation.
Here it is. For the win.
Uh-oh.
Neighbor.
Oh, yeah, you got this.
Neighbor.
You got this. No pressure.
N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R.
Boom. Ball game.
Killed it. Good job, Ronnie.
What I win?
You won.
Not a damn thing.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Got M&M's?
Oh. He's stingy with the M&Ms.
Thank you. I got 2. None of my favorite colors.
So do you want to look up just to give me a 4th grade spelling test?
Oh, I'd like to do it.
That way be fair to everybody. So,
I'd like to do it.
so Chris doesn't.
Let's see. Can we just use your... Oh, no, never mind.
I've already looked at it.
I know.
Oh, Pastor Greg has a good one that's hard to spell.
What?
Pneumonia.
He just had it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
No, wait a second.
I got a whole bunch right here.
Just wait.
Look at Billy Paul.
What did he say?
We got to look at it.
What did he say?
Let's move on. We can all spill.
All right.
Dishwasher.
No, wait.
DISHWASHER.
Okay, we'll go back and forth.
Ding.
Okay, just a second. What the hell? Where the hell did I end up? I just want to do here. Let me look at yours.
Chris is generous with the image. I gave him 2.
Exaggeration.
Okay, let me get this off of here real quick. Exaggeration. EXAGGERATION.
Ding. Jargon.
Jargon. JARGON.
Ding.
We got any other ones? Oh, yeah, here we go.
You guys are skipping all of the easy ones.
I can't pronounce any of these.
Personification.
Personification. PERSONIFICATION.
That's very good.
Syllabication.
Oh, boy.
Syllabication.
If you get this one right, I'll give you $20.
Syllabication.
Yep.
Syllabication.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
No, neither one of us can.
SYBALLICATION.
Didn't get it right.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
SYLLABICATION.
So I was close.
You were close.
Subordinate.
Subordinate. That's a good one.
You'll get this.
That's an easy one.
Subordinate. SUBORDINATE.
That's right.
Ding.
Last one.
Hyperbole.
What, I don't get to pick a word?
Yeah, Phil.
Spit it out.
No, you already spoke up.
I
We'll do
can't
one
say
more.
that word.
We'll do one more. Well, I can't either. I'm not thinking about it.
You guys skipped over all the easy ones?
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
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 HYPEROBLE.
You flip
Wrong.
the B in the
Wrong. It's hyper BOLE.
BOLE.
Let me find one last word for you, Chris. This is one that's very near and dear to Ronnie's. Climax.
CLIMAX.
Yes.
What's wrong with the screen? How come you're turning all colors now?
Oh boy. What
The sun's now moved over.
what just
right there.
happened? You got a real problem.
It's like the sun showing, like doing a little green action on you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just the sun.
Oh.
Oh well, it'll move to the side here a little bit. So, all right. Thank you for the spelling test.
Spelling test.
I did okay, right?
You did good.
You did good. Yeah.
You write a lot of stories, so you write a lot of words.
All right. So,
He does use his words a lot.
all right. Well, let's see here.
Well, we had locally, we had city council forum last night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I heard everybody, it was a good showing by both candidates.
Yeah. I thought the moderators did a pretty good job.
I thought Brittany did a great job.
Brittany did an excellent job.
Ronnie was in attendance.
Sure was.
Ronnie and Sarah were both there.
Ronnie and Sarah both were in
Who
attendance.
do you think Ronnie looks like? It's a celebrity.
You weren't.
Well, no, I was serving the youth of our great country.
He's War II anyway.
I was serving the youth of our great country last evening.
I'm Ward 2 and I was there.
Well, you had to be.
It's part of your city contract.
What was your question?
Who do you think he looks like, celebrity?
He just switched subjects real fast.
Okay. I don't know.
Nobody comes to mind?
No, not right off. No.
I think you got to ask everybody who they think Ronnie looks like. And if this person you told me today comes up one time, names come up one time, I'll give you $20. And it can't be your wife.
So I spelled every word right, but the one that you were going to give me $20 on, I didn't spell right.
Well, that's
No,
your
you
own
didn't spell
fault.
hyperbole right either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Those are tough. We give you tough words, though.
That's fine.
How about that 5-point bonus point I picked up there, though?
Yeah.
I killed that.
Forum? You still want to talk about forum, or are we done?
No. I mean, I would like to talk about it. Phil was. But if anybody wants to watch the forum, you can go to GuthrieNewsPage.com. There's the moderators right there last night. Phil, look, put a tie on.
Okay, I didn't say anything about this.
Oh, listen.
This is Adam Rupp, and next to him is
Kaylee Mills. We appreciate both of them. And if you drive through town, both have done a great job with signs and door to door. And so both of them are doing it the right way. And so we're in good shape with them. So we appreciate you guys' time.
They didn't ask tough
Does
questions.
he take him a drink of water here in a second?
Goodness, I had a real good question that didn't get asked.
Oh, they never ask my questions.
I think they just tell people to just submit it and they don't actually do it.
Well, Fred, say
Well, you went
this
over-
question submitted by the funny guy. That's
Oh,
what he
yeah,
had to
that'd been
say.
me.
Right,
That'd
the
been
funny
me.
guy.
We were trying to stay at an hour. We were at a little hour 5, hour 6, hour 7, somewhere in that range. So we didn't. We ran out of time. What was your question though? You guys have a question
I did have a question.
on
Yeah.
the form? Well, yours was kind of answered. Adam moved here in 2014.
I got no answer from the other candidate.
What? Jeez, I mean, you think it's some kind of
No,
conspiracy?
I just curious.
What was the question? When did you move here?
Yeah, my question was, how long have you lived in Ward 1 or Guthrie, and how many 89er parades have you been to in the last 5 years? I think that's a reasonable question. So I want somebody who's involved in Guthrie.
He's very passionate about
I want somebody who's involved in Guthrie. I want to know if they know about Guthrie and what it's like to be a what do we call ourselves? Guthrie'ites? What do we call ourselves?
Guthrie.
Guthrians. Guthrians. You know, that's want to know.
So
I don't want somebody to come in
So
and
one answered it and one didn't?
no, it was never asked.
Oh, it was never.
Yeah, never asked.
No, incorrect.
It was not asked.
Got controversy.
I just know both. It was like Brittany's first question. Why did you choose Guthrie? And he said him and his wife moved here in 2014 from Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Kaylee said she moved here for, no, I couldn't remember.
I never got how long she's been here.
So what is the 89er?
Well, she's been here
parade?
at least 2 years, or she couldn't run for office.
Oh, no, so I say at least 2 years.
Like Chubble couldn't run for office because he didn't live here long enough.
I've been here for over 20 years.
You'd win. You'd win hands down if you could.
Oh, yeah, Adam's lucky.
Wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, Adam's real lucky.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought they did a good job.
It was it was a good job. Good form.
You can go to-
So what was the toughest question that you asked last night? What would you say?
Of course, it's a bipartisan, so they're not true
And they're
politicians.
not debating. They're just
They're not debating.
Right.
Yeah, no.
But I would say I think the toughest question was ask them, and I think it was the second question of the night,
It was.
asking them,
You know what it was? Okay.
yeah, their thoughts on if city council members should be paid the
I think
$300
that's an easy-
stipend.
That's an easy question.
Well, yeah.
Both of them answered it.
Adam, yeah, they both answered it. And Adam, when he started talking, I knew exactly what he was going to say. But as Kaylee was explaining hers, I was like, okay, what is it going to be? Because she kept saying, it's your decision, it's the voters' decision, blah, blah, blah.
Which is true.
Yeah, which is absolutely true. But I didn't know what she was going to say, if she was even going to answer it. But then she did answer it and say, no, it's too much. I wouldn't vote for that.
It's too much, or that shouldn't happen.
She said it's too much. So I think
Well,
she would.
that's a non-answer.
Yeah, she said, I think it's too much. I am voting no, is what she said.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't think they should be paid.
No, exactly. Yep, exactly. Adam was.
To her defense and our defense.
Sounds like a bad question.
Oh, it was a great question. It doesn't matter really what she thought.
What do you mean it doesn't matter what she thinks?
Is her opinion going to change the outcome of the vote? I don't think it does.
Well, I think it speaks to how
Correct.
she feels.
And
Yeah.
she said she was voting no against it.
Because it was too
At
high.
that amount.
Because it was
At that amount? Well, sure.
She said
Wasn't
it's
the
too
question-
much.
Wasn't the question, should they be paid?
The follow up question should have been, yeah. If you were doing debate, so they what should it be, if at all?
It sounds like the
Adam was
moderators dropped the ball on that.
Adam was very clear that it should be volunteer $1 what it should be. Then she just kind of said it was 300's too much. So to me, it seems like if it was a little bit lower, she might be something she would consider. I don't know.
But she was going off the ballot question.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you guys' thoughts? G.F. Guthrie says, both candidates seem like they'd be a good addition to the council. We appreciate Adam bringing up spray neuter the strays. Also says, Adam, and we liked Adam's idea for the fire marshal.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Chief Harlow would have to work a little extra.
Yeah.
We're boring, Phil.
No,
TikTok.
I mean, you guys are sorry. My bad. I guess this is not. We're going to call each other out on things.
Well, we're trying.
No, noted. Duly noted. We're going to call each other out on things.
I'm looking
Go
at
ahead.
comments.
No, go ahead.
He doesn't have a computer out.
Go
You're
ahead.
TikTok.
No, go ahead. We're going to call each other out on things now. Go ahead. Good Lord.
All right, I guess we got that one behind us. Mike says, as we transition out, gentlemen, here's a great idea for a challenge with Easter and jelly beans and all. Do the Take the Bean Boozle Fiery 5 something.
What is that? Oh, does this involve eating hot stuff?
5 challenge.
You got to realize I don't have a good relationship with jelly beans.
Yeah, well, I think what we could do is not necessarily do the hot thing, but do the
ones that taste like different things. Do you want me to projectile vomit?
No.
Because there's a couple of those that will make me do that.
All right. Hey, I appreciate Aunt Shirley letting us know. Early voting does start tomorrow on Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then tomorrow, Thursday, City Council, Phil. Well, you're not voting for City Council.
No, but I am voting for them to be, whether they're going to be paid or not.
Correct.
Yeah.
You get to do that one. So, of course, Election Day is Tuesday, April 4th.
Go out and vote.
Yep, go out and vote.
All right.
I think that has a chance of passing, whether they should be paid or not. If it's a low voter turnout, I think it could pass.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if it's low voter turnout, it doesn't pass.
I think if it's low voter out. They have a better chance passing if
Correct.
it's low voter turnout.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
there's no advocate. No one's advocating for it. No one's pushing yes. No one's pushing no.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't even care to go vote.
How's it worded?
Let's look it up.
Because that's the big thing, is how that thing's worded on the ballot.
Well,
And who submitted that? Who submitted how it was worded?
City staff.
Okay.
I can pull it up real quick if you guys want.
Yeah, I would love you to do that. Ronnie, are we going to talk Guthrie baseball tonight? Or is that something we could talk about just real quick with Ronnie?
We can talk about that toward the end. Of
Okay. We're going to talk about bracketology later, right?
Yeah, we're going to get that in
Okay, we're
later.
going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the state rep who got arrested and has since been censored by the House.
The latest Republican.
That's correct. We're going to talk about that.
We can talk about
Okay.
that. We have a local story. Former commissioner was
Arrested. Yeah.
and formally arraigned.
We're going to talk about that.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, good. I haven't heard about this. I mean, I've heard about it, but I haven't heard that he officially got arrested.
Sample ballot. Okay, here's the
Did
ballot.
an interview.
Yeah, I did it. Okay.
Read it real quick.
Obviously, it has the yes or no. Shall the City of Guthrie City Charter be amended as follows?
Okay.
Shall Section 2-8 compensation be amended as follows? The mayor and city council members shall receive no salary, but shall receive a stipend in the amount of $300 per month for his or her services.
That's clear.
Yep. Nope. It's clear no.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So you are voting,
I'm voting no.
No.
Chobo? No. Okay.
How are you voting?
Me? I'm undecided.
No, you're not.
I need to hear more about this.
I will literally throw this water all
Stop.
over you. Tell the truth.
I'll wreck you right now.
I'd like to talk to the council members, see how much time they put into this.
You had months to do that. You stop.
I'm trying to see if I'm be persuaded right now. I'm leaning toward no, but I can be.
Leaning towards no.
I'm leaning toward no.
Be persuaded, like how much money?
Oh no, it's Hayes almost in the
$300 a
barn.
month.
Yeah.
Hayes in the barn.
$50,000.
Sarah asked, "Does anyone besides Chris have Silas B. Maxwell merch?" She misspelled Silas, but
Yes,
Why
she
would
did.
you call her out for that?
well, because we're doing.
We just had spelling
Sweet
bee.
Sarah, she's not part of this.
I think she did it on purpose.
Chris, it's okay. I got you.
Thank you. Plus, she did it on purpose because she knows how to spell Silas. So she was playing along.
The answer is
yes.
The answer is yes.
No,
I got
a shirt.
You got a hat.
I got a hat and a shirt. I got a hat and a shirt. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You got a shirt?
You got a coffee
Oh,
mug?
I don't have a shirt.
I got a coffee
got a
mug,
coffee mug. Mine's in there. Use it every day.
Every day.
I do. We brought a tea maker into the deal.
So
Hot tea.
tea wasn't made today, though.
Not today. No, we're in and out a lot today.
So your cup wasn't used today.
No, it was used because it's used for something other than drinking out of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you got in there? Jelly beans? M&M's?
Nope.
Is that an AR?
GF Guthrie says, oops. Sarah says, I have no idea how to spell it. Oh, you do too,
You're good,
Sarah.
baby. You're good.
GF Guthrie, speaking of that rep, we're pretty new to Oklahoma and didn't know lawmakers got a out-of-jail-free card.
They don't.
They don't, but they sure do try to use it.
He sure thinks they did,
No,
though.
not only him, but others.
Oh, I know.
try
It's
to
a
use
joke.
Can we talk about it? I'm kind of curious now.
Well, yeah. Did you see the video of it?
I haven't seen anything, no.
Oh, you would not be happy if you saw the video. So let me set a scene for you.
Who are we talking about?
Phil, do you need music?
Yes, please.
Who are we talking about right now?
Okay. Where's music?
It's playing.
So was it last Saturday night? Saturday night before.
Yeah, so
Saturday night
early
before?
Sunday
Early,
then?
yeah. About 2:30-ish.
2:12.
Yeah. Police officers in the Oklahoma City area, Bricktown area, were walking down and they saw people still drinking.
They were driving to the police station.
Right, but they saw them still drinking after the allowable time to be drinking.
2 a.m.
You know,
Which usually they get you off of there about 1:45.
that's right.
1:50,
And
get you
they
out of there.
stopped and said, "Hey, you can't drink that." And there were some words exchanged. We'll give you the short version.
Yes, please.
Cocky guy. What's his name?
Was it I don't want to mess up.
Cocky guy.
Republican or Democrat?
A Republican.
Okay.
Yeah. He from Broken Arrow, I believe.
Correct.
He will get cocky guy's name here in a second.
Dean Davis.
Dean Davis.
Dean Davis.
I was told he's a former PE teacher.
Double D.
Oh, wow. I'm
Go
not sure
ahead.
about that. Made the New York Post.
Oh, it was there on everything. But he had some words for the arresting officers.
Just doing his job?
Huh? Just doing his
yeah.
job. Anyway, would not quit using his words. Found himself in a set of Oklahoma City issued pearl handcuffs, where he proceeded to say, "You're gonna have a bad day tomorrow." Started pulling the "Do you know who I am" guy.
Oh, boy.
They pulled a card. You need to call this sergeant,
The
sergeant of the Fraternal Order of Police,
The Union FOP
Union
leader.
FO, and pull that card. I pull that card. Read that card, and it was some BS card about when they're in session, you cannot arrest them, detain them, which is complete crap,
Right.
obviously. But he tried the "you don't know who I am" thing.
Here's a little bit of
He's
it.
a turd.
Here's a little bit of it.
We're gonna play it. Oh yeah, here we go. Got volume?
Working on it.
Oh, video
Begins without sound. Yeah. So we're waiting for the sound to come on. I can't tell if I have the audio on or off.
He gets so. You don't know
So
who
this
I
is
am.
this is and then
crap.
his fellow state rep, who also from the Broken Arrow.
There it is.
Give me weapons on you? No.
So this is
Dean Davis.
Dean Davis, State Representative Dean Davis, and we're not going to play all of it,
No.
but this will.
Ready?
You have my phone over there.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. We'll go with you.
We thank the Oklahoma
He's
for
really
the
doing this?
video.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has it. But this is the first one I pulled up here.
You made
been
the
given
decision.
ample opportunity.
I was walking
Walk away.
away.
Then you want to tell me about how you're a state representative
No,
and that we're going to have this
did.
conversation
He
tomorrow.
did.
And then you want to flap so bad.
Sir, he did.
The guy that's recording?
Yes.
Okay. He's the one that.
Well, you were right here. And you know that.
You got in the background another state.
Another rep who came out
First of all,
publicly
you
in
cannot
support of him.
detain me right now.
Yes, absolutely can, sir.
You will.
Hey, TJ, they said that they can detain me right now.
You're not being detained, you're being arrested.
Oh, I'm being arrested, TJ.
This sounds like a
For what?
For public intoxication.
How? For standing still?
You're being drunk in public.
Go ahead and have a seat, sir. Hold on, just 1 second. Let me double lock these cuffs.
He keeps yelling TJ, like TJ's gonna come rescue him.
Yeah.
Do you have my phone, please?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, I've got your phone. I've got your everything that was with it right here.
I'm going to fast forward here a little bit.
I'm gonna get to the part where
That's
you
not-
start to tell him to read
Okay.
it.
You understand that,
that's-
sir?
Yes. Sir, I don't understand what you guys are doing and why.
Whenever you want to not listen to simple commands, sir, you're given a couple of opportunities to walk away, but then you want
How
to
many
threaten
is
us.
simple?
Fast forward here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
On
He's
the
asking him to get
backside
the
of
card
my
out
phone, please.
from behind his phone.
No, right there. Pull out the card right there.
Yeah.
The get out of
And
jail
call
card.
your sergeant.
Literal.
I am a sergeant.
No, your leading officer before you take in anywhere. Read the back of that card. Read it. What state law says.
State law.
Okay.
Can I stand up, please?
I just have a seat right there for me.
All right.
So the officer has it in his hand
Oklahoma's
for.
House of Representatives issued to Representative Dean Davis of Oklahoma for the purpose of identifying the person, member of Congress, member of Representatives under the Constitution.
Officer's reading the card to himself for audio only listeners. He's about to summarize it here in just a second, so we'll look at it after this part. Sitting in a police car as the officer reads it. Flashlight on the card, and the officer's getting ready to summarize it. And then they'll have a back and forth discussion. I would have fast forward if I'd known it was this long, but I didn't.
Okay, well, so the privileges, arrests, speeches, or debates, senators and representatives shall, except for treason, felony, or breach of peace, be privileged from arrest during the session of the legislature,
Correct.
and in going to and returning from the same,
Correct.
and for any speech or debate in either house or shall not be questioned in any other place.
Correct.
You're not in the legislature.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, you're not in the state capitol right now.
Oh,
Number
God,
one.
you need to. Fine. Call your advisor. Call everyone. Hey, TJ.
Hey,
TJ,
Please,
there he is.
I don't answer to TJ.
I know you don't to, but
So
they're going to call your advisor.
if you instead of talking, if you'll listen for just a minute, okay.
Very
So
good job,
at this point right now, the way I'm reading it, I'm not arresting you at the state legislature
You can't
or going to or
detain
from.
me.
I can, and I am right now.
You can.
So
He goes, I am,
have a seat,
actually.
and I will run it past my supervisor.
You will.
I already told you I will. So go ahead and
You
have a seat.
walked up to me and just.
We gave you and your
Okay.
friends ample
I got
opportunity to leave.
Well, I got to real quick before we finish this. In 2019, Davis was arrested by Broken Arrow police for driving while intoxicated, speeding, and obstructing an officer. After being arrested, Davis called Representative T.J. Martin, same guy,
Yeah.
for bail, and also called several other Republican representatives, expressing his confidence that the district attorney would drop charges once he spoke with them. The charges were later deferred, allowing him to plead no contest in exchange for 6 months on probation.
Listen, 6 months probation, which expired on March 3rd of
March
this year.
3rd, right before this happened.
Yeah.
So this guy has a history of thinking he's above the law.
This is public
And drinking.
intox.
Yeah.
And drinking.
And drinking, yeah.
Yeah.
So did he go? Did they take him to jail?
Yeah, he was booked.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
booked.
good. Good.
Now being arrested and charged are two different things.
Correct.
So I don't think anything. I think that it's up to.
I'm fine with either way. I mean, he got arrested. It's out there publicly, and
If I was the judge, I guess it wouldn't get to a judge. If I was the district attorney's office,
Correct.
I would automatically charge him because of his attitude.
attitude and obviously his history.
Right. I mean,
History more than anything.
He obviously thinks laws do not apply to him.
Yeah.
He said it. You can't detain me. You can't arrest me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the House has already voted to censure him.
It wasn't a vote, but it was.
What was 80 something to?
Oh, they
9.
did. Oh, yeah, they did vote out. My bad.
Yeah, they voted.
Afterward, yeah, my bad.
I mean, so he's they've
I'm
removed
guessing
him.
TJ was one of the no votes.
I think TJ and him
Representative
they
Ryan
be dating,
Martinez was another no vote.
But then they're telling him they removed him from all committees.
Yep.
And they said if he publicly apologizes to the Oklahoma City PD and does these other things, be contrite, just a little bit contrite. Spell contrite.
Contrite, CONTRIDA, contrite. No, CONRTIDICT.
I mean,
Contrite.
Whatever.
I don't know how to
Sounds
spell
good.
it.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go, yeah.
Sounds good.
But if you just be a little bit contrite and just say, you know what, I really, I owe this officer and I owe the Oklahoma City PD an apology. I owe the taxpayers of Oklahoma an apology, and then just not be a drunk. Let's just try that. Just not be a drunk. that'll go a long ways.
Yeah.
So everybody screws up. God knows. I know I've screwed up a bunch. Nothing like that. I've never had a conversation like that with law enforcement in my life. Now, I'm the kind of guy, if a cop came to me and it was 2:30 and said, hey, you can't be drinking that, I'd say, yes, sir, and I'd throw it away.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
No need to fight it.
And he had multiple opportunities to do that.
It's dumb. Just say, yes, sir, sorry, didn't realize the time.
Yeah.
They didn't
12 minutes over. So
they didn't come up and say, come here, you're arrested. They said, you need to not drink that multiple times.
Last thing they want to do is do more paperwork. Just throw the beer away.
So dumb. But I can't stand any time. But you know what? Government people, not all of them, this is a broad brush statement, but anybody who thinks there's not two set of rules in this country
there is
kidding themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely kidding themselves, down to simple things. I'm going to say this. There's stuff being done even here in Guthrie that where exceptions have been made that no private citizen would ever get exceptions for. It wouldn't happen. And I'm talking about the little buildings down here on Oklahoma Avenue. Now, I understand it's a grant thing, and I understand what they're trying to do, but no private citizen would ever be approved for an outbuilding like that down here in the they wouldn't be approved. It flat would not be approved. And that's because there's been people fined and things not approved for that very reason over the years.
The only thing I would say, and it doesn't make it right or wrong, is different administration, different committees, different people from 10, 15 years ago when that was coming out.
Supposedly the rules are the rules.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's why you have rules. It doesn't matter who's enforcing them. Those are the rules.
Yeah, and I don't know what the rules, the true rules. It's been messed up so much, I couldn't even tell you what the rules are.
Well, I know personally two people who had tried to put buildings like that behind their buildings and were told definitively no, they're not allowed.
Non-metal buildings?
They're not allowed.
No,
because they're portable.
These aren't metal.
But they're portable. They're not permanent structures.
I couldn't even begin to
but I think there's different standards for different people, and I don't like it.
What's contrite mean?
Genuinely sorry.
Thank you.
Genuinely sorry.
State Rep, to finish this up real quick, Davis went to the House floor during the censure, and he said, I dispute any wrongdoing. However, I do want to take this opportunity to apologize to this body for creating this unnecessary distraction from the important work of the House.
So that's like getting in a fight and apologize. Say, hey, I want to apologize, but.
Wow.
Ain't no but, just apologize.
Wow.
Here's
worse.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you want to watch the full video, you just Google State Rep Dean Davis. But the thing that once he's in a police car, he's in there for a while because they're trying to figure out get out of jail car if it's a real thing or not. But he said, you I'm paraphrasing, you intentionally sought me out. And he goes, sir, I was headed to the Bricktown Police Department to end my shift. I was 5 minutes from getting off work. The last thing I want to do is sit me right here with you, writing this report and not going home on time. Yep. I was 5 minutes from getting off work, so I was not seeking you out.
I did nothing wrong.
But I can't stand when people think there's two sets of rules.
Well,
it just irritates me to no end.
I will tell you, Simpsons. I do everything right, but when I do something wrong, I get the red pen. Yeah, contrite. I misspelled. Oh, well, it got me out of nowhere.
It does.
CONRI.
Yeah, I don't even know what the word meant until Phil told me.
CONTRIDICT. Anyway, my oldest kid, got pulled over, and by Logan County Sheriff deputy.
Gunpoint?
No. Oh. No, I don't think it's
not that one. Not that time.
The previous time.
The previous time.
But contrite. CONTRITE. Okay, thank you, Sarah.
On.
Sarah, help.
Thanks, sweet Sarah. Go ahead. Are we gonna fight?
You got too many shots in you right now. We might be fighting. I'm lifting weights and you got shots. So.
I don't have, what are you talking about?
Okay.
You're the one taking gear.
Let me sit in the middle.
But I talked to the deputy, and he's like, you'd be proud of him. You did everything right. Yeah. He didn't name drop or try to get out of it. He was.
Whose name would he have dropped?
I don't know. Phil's, probably.
What were you implying there when you say he didn't name drop?
Well, I'm just telling you what the deputy told me.
Yeah. Who do you think he was talking about?
I don't know.
Probably me.
I didn't ask.
Probably
Ronnie?
Probably me.
Yeah, I didn't
Famous
ask.
coach?
Yeah. Kind of a big deal right now.
11-0, baby.
11-0,
baby.
We're kind of a big deal right now.
So Phil misspells 15 words.
Well, yeah.
Ronnie misspells 4 words. I misspell 2.
Yeah.
And everyone's all correcting me. That's fine. Thank
Well,
you.
it's more about, I mean, there's some similarities.
Well, you're
between-
arrogant.
There's some similarities between
Right.
Mr. Davis and Chris.
Yeah.
Little arrogant.
Yeah, you guys do. Yeah. I see it.
Phil was trying to even up. It was a low attack, but, if you feel even, we'll go even. Oh, Republicans.
What'd they do wrong?
Well, not like the Democrat who held the person in the office.
Oh, kidnapped him. Yeah.
I think it was harboring.
Yeah. Same thing.
Oh.
You hold somebody against their will, that's kidnapping.
It's a tough go for the legislature right now. So
I'll be there next month for a full day.
Doing what?
Leadership, Guthrie. We'll be there full day with visiting the Capitol and getting a tour and learning the ins and outs of it. And hopefully I don't get detained in somebody's office.
You going to go by and see Colin when you're there?
Yeah, I'll see Colin, probably Judge Hudson.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wasn't there when I went through it a few times.
Yeah.
Oh no! In fact, I lied. He was there.
You did leadership, Guthrie?
I haven't done leadership Guthrie because I've kind of, I covered it all.
Arrogant.
No, I'm just telling.
The Dean Davis.
I'm
the
just
Dean
telling
Davis. You. Start calling him Dean.
You know what? Do you have a card that you'd like to share with us?
Where's your out of jail?
Where's
Yeah.
your get out of jail free card?
I cover the city all the time. I cover Logan County all the time. I cover everything. So
that means you know everything?
no, I don't need to go through and waste someone's space. Someone else can take that spot.
It's not really how I received that message you said, but
Well, it's how you want to take it. Sarah says Colin said he will introduce us on the floor. Now, I don't think leadership. I've been there a few times to be on the floor, but
You got arrested almost by the sergeant at arms last time you were on the floor.
That's not true.
Remember that?
got escorted out.
Sure did.
No, I left.
Oh, he goes, I'm leaving.
really?
I'm leaving anyway. I'm leaving
Read
anyway.
the back of that car.
You know who I am?
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Oh, he's going to introduce us on the floor. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think
You
leadership.
going to shave your beard before you go down there?
Absolutely not.
Ooh, they might think January 6th is walking in.
I'll get a haircut and trim. Do I got to do my hair actually? Surely
Yeah,
not.
you can't wear a hat into the Capitol.
Well, you can. I mean,
No,
the
that's
people's-
completely inappropriate.
but you can.
You shouldn't.
Cowboy hats are.
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
I understand that, but
I'm gonna wear a hat.
You are not wearing a hat. That's wrong.
I don't even know how to fix my
no,
hair.
I agree.
Phil.
You don't. We'll get a stylist.
What about a cowboy hat?
Chris, can you get your stylist to hook him up?
Yeah.
Can I wear a cowboy hat?
No, it's still a hat.
Mr. Ogle,
You should have your hat on right now.
Dr. Simpson would.
Oh no, he's out on the hat.
He's out on the hat.
Dr. Ogle is one who
He's out
runs
as
it.
well, and he's also not a doctor.
Did I say Dr. Ogle?
You
I
did.
meant Mr. Ogle.
You did.
You said Dr. Simpson, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
So Tanya's going to have her PhD here in a few months.
Player hater degree.
So do I mean, when she's wearing her little dark glasses and around the house, I mean, should I call her Doc or what should I call her? What do you think?
Just to confirm, Dr.
role
Simpson
playing?
says no hat. Just to confirm.
Who? Oh yeah, no hat. No, we knew that answer, Doc.
Fair enough.
We knew that answer.
How about G of Guthrie says you guys should make a second banana media get out of jail card?
If somebody wants to sponsor that card and
awesome.
deliver it to us, I will carry it on.
Awesome.
I will carry it on my person if somebody will make
You
those
think,
for us.
could we get Damon or somebody to sign that for us?
Oh yeah.
I mean, purely as a joke, but
In crayon?
well, yeah,
Yes, in
it would
crayon,
be
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or I could just put down I was sheriff and just sign it.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us. Yeah.
Sheriff Nichols.
Sheriff Nichols got a ring to it.
Yeah, it does have a little ring.
Got a little ring to it.
You gonna run?
Would you be? Oh, no. Too many rules. Don't need that kind of accountability in my life.
Good thing we live in America.
Yeah. Too many rules.
Phil, you're about to come strong with something.
I completely forgot what it was. What do you think it was? What
We were talking about Sheriff Nichols. Has
Sheriff
a good
Nichols,
ring to it.
no hat.
Was it what I asked you about Tanya, or did you move past that?
We moved past that.
I think it's a good question, though.
Wait, I can't wear a hat, Dr. Simpson? Wait a minute. Hold on.
No,
Let's get
not
back to this.
inside.
Wait, no. This has nothing to do with Guthrie High School.
Ask
The school.
really? Does it have to do with being a decent, well-mannered
it's Chamber of
human being?
Commerce. I was just saying he's giving his opinion, right? That's what I'm saying. He's just
As your boss, yes. He's just giving your opinion.
but this doesn't have nothing to do with Guthrie.
Sure, go ahead and tell yourself. Doc, I got this one.
Would that be wrongful termination?
Oh, yeah.
No, really?
That's
You're cheering that on?
Dude, that's a good point. Wait, hold on. If I no.
you trying to get your brother
No,
fired?
I'm
I'd much rather coach than get fired. Okay, I'm in.
No hat.
No hat.
Okay.
I want to coach.
Made me nervous.
We got something going on here.
11-0.
Never know.
Now this is interesting. Sarah says, boss says no hat.
Oh,
So,
is that Sarah?
Are you talking about Sarah the boss?
No, wait
or
till you get to
Simpson
do
the
that.
boss?
I mean, I was asking a question what I should call Tanya when she gets her PhD.
No, Sarah says boss.
Sarah's the boss at all times.
Then, so, okay.
Doc's the boss, additional boss, purely at work.
Correct.
And anything that he tells you.
Basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Oh, sheriff's is in town. OHP wears ball caps in the Capitol. They do. I can confirm that.
And they carry guns.
Well, they shouldn't.
Are we allowed to carry?
Shouldn't carry guns.
Shouldn't carry. Should wear a damn hat inside.
What the world's coming? No, but gun.
I got 3 guns on me right now.
Are we allowed to carry
Well,
in the
that's not
Capitol?
true. I got 2 guns and a weapon.
But just here we go. But the troopers wear the cap. That's part of the uniform.
Okay, and the military wears hats as part of the uniform too, and they don't wear hats inside.
Well, they're not troopers.
Yeah,
You're right.
Different. Yeah,
Yeah,
different.
they don't write tickets for a
different
living.
administration, like we kind of touched on earlier.
Oh, your third boss is chiming in, Ronnie. Brittany says, "I say so too, sir."
I can wear
hats?
one. Thank
Yeah.
you. She says I can wear a hat.
Corey said maybe
No, she
Cowboy
said
hat, yeah.
no. Brittany says, no hat." I guarantee she says no hat.
Well, right above.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, the mayor.
The mayor.
Thank you. Maybe cowboy hat. Yeah, I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Said maybe a cowboy hat.
It's a hat.
Cowboy hat though.
Are you a cowboy?
Should have been a
February
cowboy.
23rd. I will be.
February.
I mean April 20, whatever it is.
You're a poser.
If I can wear a hat,
A poser.
I can ride a bull.
What? Really?
A 0 rated bull.
What? When is it appropriate? Okay, and I don't do this all the time. I'm bad at this too because I'll wear hats inside. But growing up, if you wore a hat into any facility, growing up, you would get that hat ripped off, and you would get lectured by 90% of the men that were in that room with you. I mean, it was a complete and utter no-no. And I know that's not the case now, but
Yeah, I don't wear hats all that often anymore. Armando doesn't really like it pushing down on the product, but
Who?
Armando,
his stylist.
my stylist.
Stylist. He's not a barber. He's just a stylist.
This is the stylist.
There's a lot of good
He's mocking you right now.
That's fine. April 20th is when you'll be at the Capitol, Ronnie.
April 20th. I'll be there.
5 days after the funeral. Let me see here. Oh, this is interesting. Are we done with this topic?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Talk
we'll
about,
talk about this.
Logan County Commissioner indicted, arrest warrant issued.
that was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
You mean he's got to turn himself in?
He already did.
He did.
Oh yeah.
So how does that go, Chris? When you're indicted?
Let me take this.
No, Chris.
I know.
No, I'd just rather have Chris
Why can't I answer?
because it'd be more clear when he explains
That's not
it.
true.
Still indicted.
Where'd you get
Chris. So what's the
You
process?
spell indicted.
INDICTED.
Go ahead.
That was Sunday. He did have a formal hearing
On church day, you get indicted. You're allowed to do that?
Well, no, that's the article came out on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
The indictment came, I think, March 20 something. So the indictment came a few days last week sometime. But so I've done a lot of research on grand jury, multi-county grand jury, and I feel like I've heard the word 85 times, and I see stuff like Donald Trump's going through a grand jury thing right now.
Yes, he is.
So grand jury, multi-grand juries, basically the state attorney general's office, who has the case against former Logan County Commissioner Cody Ellis. They bring in witnesses and they talk to 12 people, and they plead their case, and those 12 people decide not if he's innocent or guilty, but if a crime was committed.
Correct.
And so if 9 out of 12 jurors say yes, then they can go file charges, which they can file charges even without that. But it does help to have a multi-grand jury indictment. So they came back they said not only guilty on the indictment, but also that if it was to go to trial, that Logan County would be a suitable place to have the trial, and that the district judge of Logan County can carry on with the process, the court process, from formal arraignment all the way to guilty, not guilty, to sentencing and all that good stuff.
So was that very like, yes, they can do that? Guthrie's suitable?
Guthrie, yes, Logan County is suitable to hold not only all the court proceedings, but if necessary, a trial.
Okay.
So Monday at the Logan County Courthouse, I was there in the courtroom. I walked in. Cody was with his bondsman. There was a reporter from a channel from an Oklahoma City news station in there as well.
I saw you there parked, and I was going to text you what was going on, but I forgot. I was headed to practice.
They, I'm guessing they saw the information on Guthrie News page.
I would imagine.
Weeks. Yeah. But
Guaranteed.
so Judge Duell was the judge in the courtroom. They had a formal hearing for all the prisoners via video conference down in the jail. You went through the jail tour.
No, I had a baseball game that day.
Okay, got it.
But Sheriff said I can come see him anytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you'll see it at some point.
Yeah, Sheriff gives off great tours. I recommend that when you do the tour, make sure Sheriff Damon does that.
I was assaulted in that jail once.
I saw it. Yeah, by a dog.
Blood.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were there. I saw it. It was in the women's pod.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It was.
Rough day.
Man, how does this stuff happen to you, Phil?
There's
video. A lot of this is your fault.
There's
What's
video.
that saying? Blank around to find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's video of it. I'll show it to you.
Yeah. That was a fun day.
It was a fun day.
So
Judge Duell handles the ones in custody.
Uh-huh.
And then there was one guy in front of Cody, marijuana charge, I believe.
What's
legal
legal
medicine? Just go buy it down the
It
street.
was not this guy.
Oh, wasn't distributed appropriately?
Yeah, there was something there, but and then it was Cody's. Judge Duell called Cody's name up, went to the front, read the paperwork, made sure that all the paperwork was correct. They went through their little back and forth. Judge Duell says your next court date is April something. It's in the article. You're excused. Best of luck, or good luck, I think is what he said. So Cody goes and went to the outside the courtroom, went to the court clerk's office and began filling out his bond paper. And then after that, he was led downstairs by a deputy for the bookend, fingerprint, all that good stuff. And then he made his bond, which was set at $5,000. So that makes $500 they needed to get out. And he did.
Okay.
And now we
He just hangs out.
Just hangs out and goes through the court proceedings.
Is he a flight risk?
Never came up. And
I would be. Just for the record.
It was state attorney. The assistant state attorney general was there proceeding because remember, Logan County District Attorney Laura Austin Thomas recused her office from this.
And I think that doesn't bode well.
Well, yeah.
He's got a little platform, the attorney general does.
The new elected, now in office, Ginter Drummond, who is hot and heavy right now on a lot of stuff.
One is political corruption.
Yes.
Timing may be very bad for young Cody.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not making excuses for what Cody did. I don't think Cody. What I didn't understand is Cody did an interview after all that with the news channel.
Yeah, he talked to Channel 4.
Why would he do that?
Yeah, I think it was through text messages too.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You got an open pending case.
Jeez.
You shouldn't go out there and do an interview.
Yeah, no, that's smart.
Yeah, and to back that up, I don't think he has an attorney at this time. So obviously, any attorney would highly
advise
go
against that. Yeah.
Against that, but it's already happened now. And I'll pull up the quote here in a second. What the news channel? And I know Cody, and I hate that he's going through this. And we spoke briefly in the courtroom as he's headed to the court clerk's office, and I'd feel weird to put him in the position to talk to me about a case because I know even on school and city they're not going to say anything. They're going to be it's illegal. How all the what's what I'm thinking of? A press release.
Yeah.
You know, it's tight-lipped. They don't say much. But Channel 4 spoke with him. They put it in their article. Ellis told KFRR he doesn't deny the allegations. Instead, Ellis said he understands what he did was wrong. He added he was in a, quote, bad position in life when the alleged misuse of funds happened. News 4 asked if Ellis would do an on-camera interview, to which he said he would, but not until after he was released from jail. As Ellis awaited his arraignment, a local bondsman sat with him over that. After Ellis' arraignment, he signed bond papers. He was escorted. Ellis was released. And, here we go. After his release, he sent a text of News 4 saying, I would like to give you my statement at a later time with everything going on today. I need time to process. The biggest thing I want to say in my statement is that I apologize and cannot apologize enough for letting people down, letting my county down. My lapse in judgment and logical thinking during a time which was rough does not excuse the fact of what was done. Basically, he gave a statement. So,
Well,
Yeah.
you
just don't.
Just shut up.
You don't say a word.
just shut
He
up.
hasn't been before the trial. I mean,
You have the right to remain silent.
and you should.
Yes.
What plea deal you have now? I mean,
None.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go.
I mean, no, he can still get a plea deal,
but
it's
it
just-
doesn't help that plea deal
No.
process.
Just shut up and say the process will take care of itself. And if you want to, and just leave it alone.
Don't even say that. Just say no comment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Or, yeah, no comment. That's better.
That's the best by far to
it
say
is.
there. So, but anyway, so we'll see how that one plays out. I wouldn't think there's a no guilty thing
Yeah.
coming soon or
Yeah.
that type deal because he's already admitted.
He's already admitted to it. Yeah. Golly.
It's one thing. I think he's told a few people. I mean, has not told me any of that, just because I don't want to have that discussion because I know him. I would some things you don't say, but he's been telling everybody around that has happened, and so
one of my sons
but
was-
to tell a news reporter,
Yeah.
One of my sons was getting a haircut a couple weeks ago, and Cody was in there, and my son called me and said, "Hey, who's Cody Ellis?" I said, "Well," so I just heard him admit that what he did was wrong and it was illegal, and he said all this stuff at a barbershop.
if you want more details on all that stuff, it's on GuthrieNewsPage.com.
Well, bad deal all the way around.
All right, we'll put a cap on that with Cousin Nate. People always forget the right to remain silent part.
Absolutely.
What was Ron White say? I knew I had the right, I just didn't have the ability.
Yeah. Ron White.
That's me many times in my life. Just didn't have the ability.
Okay, so I was out of town
Okay.
Friday,
Where were
Saturday,
you?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Where were you Friday?
Friday made the trip to Creek County.
And what'd you do in Creek County?
No, that would have been Tulsa County.
What'd you do in Tulsa County?
Went to a concert and had a good time.
Who was? What was the occasion?
Sam's birthday.
Sam's birthday, 29.
29 again.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
29.
What concert did you go to?
Tracy Lawrence. Tracy Lawrence, a 90s icon. Music continues to live on today.
Some people's eyes.
I was
Lost
able
7 viewers.
I was able to guess the opening song. You didn't sing the one song you didn't sing?
What's that?
Front Porch. Didn't sing Front Porch. Where the bulldog had her puppies. Didn't sing that one.
Why not?
I don't know. Too many songs, I guess. So, but had a good time.
You did have a good time.
It was a good time. So
Yeah, it was
About
fun.
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, we were in Stillwater for.
Take that for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Stillwater for baseball. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, 14U tournament, double A.
Finished third.
No second.
So I thought they finished. Oh, yeah, they finished third in the one the week before.
Yeah. Finished second. They were down 14-3 in the semifinals. Scored 11 runs to win it to get into the championship and lost, I don't know, 8-4 or whatever it was.
3's 14.
So I got home about 12:30 Sunday night.
Tied up.
Good thing spellings. That's 14. Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 13-3.
There we go.
And they scored 11 runs.
There you go.
It was 13-3. They scored
Now we're
11.
on.
That makes more sense.
14-13.
Okay.
Tie ball game.
So
Spell math. Okay.
SCIENCE. But got home at 12:30 on Sunday night. They beat a team from Amarillo in the semis.
They had to drive home that night.
That's like 5 hours.
They surely didn't drive home that
5.5
night.
hours.
They got a hotel, got the next day.
I would hope so.
Travel baseball, of course it is.
Could have been spring break for them out of Texas.
It wasn't, but
Well, I mean, it could have been.
I was looking at
Did
them.
you ask?
They got out of there pretty quick. Like they had a 5-hour trip home.
Well, they had to get to the hotel. They had beers on ice waiting for the kids.
And then the team that they beat in the finals was from Wichita.
Oh, that's just a short drive.
The game was over at
Hour
11:30. They had to take pictures and all that stuff. Probably had to fuel up. So they left at midnight. What time did they get home?
To Wichita?
Yeah, 1:30.
1:45.
It's not an hour and 45 from Stillwater.
Oh, it was in Stillwater. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. They take
Well,
back
no,
roads.
it could be. Yeah,
they take
it's
straight
probably
up.
an hour 15, hour and 20,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. Yeah. You want me to ask Siri?
We always have a we have a saying in the Evans household,
Oh,
and
boy,
I share
here
it.
it comes.
Sometimes when you win, you
You
really lose.
lose. Yeah. there it
But
is.
sometimes when you lose, you really win.
Sometimes you lose, you really win.
Yes.
Give me an example.
Okay. So you're playing baseball and
Yeah.
you have a 2:00 game.
That's right.
If you win that one, you play at 5. You play that one, you play at 8, and you play that one at 10.
Yeah.
But if you lose one at 2, you get to go home, do your weekend stuff like you're supposed to. So when you lose,
But you have no chance of winning the tournament, do you?
correct. But you get to go home and do your.
But you're a loser.
Be there.
Oh, everybody gets trophies these days. Never mind.
I think what he's saying
not
is,
everybody.
I think what he's saying is, if you just lose the 2:00 game, if you're gonna lose the championship game, you might as well lose the 2:00 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lose 2:00 game. If you know you can't beat the one team in there, just go
I
ahead and
think
lose.
this might be partially what's wrong with our country.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying. Might partially be what's wrong with our country.
I'm not saying lose it on purpose. I'm saying, but
Well, Chris said it was okay.
No,
he
didn't
never
say
said
that.
He never said that.
When you lose, I said not when you try to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
I said when you lose,
Yeah.
You really win.
Sometimes you
It's
really,
kind of like an
sometimes
Einstein.
You really win.
Okay, I got no, I'm with you now.
Einstein's
Okay, I'll
2020.
give you that.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. So, with me being gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what I was getting to, which you brought up, Tracy Lawrence, glad you did that. He was in Austin the following night. But anyway, I was unable to attend the Logan County GOP rearrangement.
Yeah,
Now, you were there, right?
I was there. I was in attendance. Yeah.
Now, were you there the entire time?
I voted.
You voted.
Oh, absolutely. I was a delegate.
So did you vote? What time did they leave? It started at 9.
Started at 9.
Had to be checked in by 9.
Had we checked in by 9.
The last vote was at what time?
Oh, I don't know. Me and Sarah left at about 11:30.
So all the voting was done at
We
11:30?
did all the important votes.
Oh,
And,
so not the last one.
Yeah, no.
So did they go small one up to the big one, up to the chair? Or did they start with chair?
They start with chair. Yeah.
Okay, then you
Then they work their way down to the
Okay.
smaller stuff. Great convention. A lot of good turnout. Best turnout they've ever had. Phil, how'd you like it?
It was one of the most disorganized shit shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
That too. Yep.
And that is why I left.
Yeah. But the people who I voted for,
I've never been to one,
won.
so I don't know what
it was
it
my
looks
first
like.
time.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
It was good.
Complete cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that from the previous administration?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. There's
Complete
new administration now.
Yeah. When people are
That's why I
when
stayed.
when people are trying to manipulate things, it's usually a train wreck.
You should be there to make sure to be the voice.
Oh, I voiced.
Oh,
Yeah. He
And
voiced.
then I left.
Yeah. Then he left.
he voiced?
I voiced. Then I left.
Out loud to everybody?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I voiced. Then I left.
Like city council loud?
I didn't hear it, Phil. So
No, I voiced.
I was like, "Where the heck did Phil go?" And they're like,
But you heard him.
"No, I didn't hear him."
Oh, wow.
Next thing I looked up, I said, "We're about to vote. Where's Phil at?" And then the guy next to me, who I won't say, said, "Yeah, he's not here."
I had to leave because if I'd stayed around, I was going to voice a whole lot more.
Well, you almost cost Jaden.
He literally didn't have an opponent when it was
Oh,
the guy.
they told you? They told you?
I knew the day it happened. I knew the day it happened.
I was with Mr. Travel. I said, "Hey, go ahead and text Phil this part."
I absolutely knew it. I knew when it happened. I called Chris. I said, "When are these people going to realize that I don't see through this stuff?"
But Jennifer, it was like,
and then they did an audit,
did they really afterwards?
and it wasn't close. It was 60 something to 30 something.
Because when they first said it was 35.67 to 35 point.
35.67.
I know. It was 35.67 to like
Fractional
Oh,
votes,
okay.
to 35 point
which was not right.
yeah, like it was like 0.3 points.
So Phil could be 1.3 vote, and I could be 1.2
Yeah.
vote?
But what happened was that they didn't make sense, and so just to clear the record,
It's like an electoral
so
college.
people went up and said, "Hey, there's no way that's right. They asked for an audit of the vote. They did an audit of the vote and found that it was not close. Jennifer won by, she had 60 some, and the other person had 30 some.
Okay, then when we're electing committee people, committee persons, your people who go out and advocate for Logan County GOPs.
I mean, do they? I mean,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
The lady that won, she's been there for a while in the former administration. Like, everybody was voting, and it seemed pretty close. But when they came out and said the vote for the 3 people, it was like 7. Like, one guy got like literally 3 votes out of everybody that was there, and he had like 7%. And the next person who we all voted for only had like 8%. And the other person who actually won, they said she's like 30-some%. Like, there's no way that's right because it was a close vote. They went out there and said like she won by 30%. I was like, that can't be right.
So what's the Logan County GOP and the Logan County Democratic Party? What do they do? I know they get together and have meetings.
You want my opinion?
Yeah, no, yours would probably be more blunt and more clear. But what do they do? Well, I mean,
Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I think they do a lot. I mean, they're supposed to represent the Republican Party for the county, obviously.
okay.
I think
If done properly, what do they do?
Well, I think they're supposed to be the voice to the state, GOP.
Okay.
And I'm sure that involves votes on things and things like this.
Because
chairman for the state.
When there's going to be a vote nationally or state, they normally go through the county GOP, or if you're Democrat, it goes to the Democrat. So that's how they suppress information from running people who are running. Go ahead.
It's just, I think it's more about people. I think some people that are involved in that group, the Republican GOP, historically, it's the biggest thing that's ever happened to them in their entire life.
Yeah, that's why.
It's like they think that they're. I mean, it's comical. It's really comical.
And to be honest with you,
how big of a deal some people think this is.
Yeah.
To be honest, I couldn't tell you who's now. Obviously, because of the previous people and all the articles that have gone through with the previous administration, obviously I knew who those were, but I couldn't tell you who the chairman before that or on any of the parties
because nobody cared before.
That's why I'm kind of getting
because nobody cared, and it
meant something to a couple people that we like, and that's why we were there.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. 100%.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not important. I just don't get it.
I think listen, it's important. If that's important to you, then it's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we were there. We're there to support our friends.
But as far as how does it really impact? I think if you talk to a few people that have been really involved, they would tell you they've had a huge impact. The truth is, all of us know they haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that by outcome of elections. You can tell that by a lot of things.
I can tell you.
It is interesting, though. I was told there was only like $70 left in the check account.
Oh, boy.
That's not good.
So that's interesting. Maybe there should be an audit
all that. Yeah, we should audit that.
But it's probably gone. I mean,
it's gone.
I don't think there's anything to be audited. Not going to be able to find anything.
Well, I mean, I would think you would have to keep pretty good accounting of how you're spending.
You would think, right?
You would
If
think it'd be running
it's
like a
not there,
business,
then
right?
what do you go do next when it's not there?
Well,
I'm sure that's been taken.
hold people accountable.
Well, yeah, I know. But
So, but this is my whole point.
Sarah had a great time, by the way.
This is my whole point. You can't. I mean, like I said, if it's important to you, it's important to you.
Yep.
Okay. I think the majority of people don't care about it. That's my own personal opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's my personal opinion. Based on what I saw, it's a whole lot of people that the previous that I had never. Literally, I knew one of them. Literally one of them, previous to this. No, I knew none of the rest of them.
So,
And I'm pretty involved in Guthrie.
you remember? I don't remember. What's it called? There's like a parliament people or whatever. Is that what it is? So after
keeper of the rules.
I don't know. Remember exactly what it was, but they voted on the guy. Whoever the guy that they voted on to speak, to run the actual meeting, whatever that title is.
He left to run the convention.
To run the convention,
Yeah.
he started doing it, and
Was
the
it
people and there's 2 people who were in
Wanted
charge
to run?
of running the thing. They get believed because they didn't like who won. They just got up and left.
Well, because they put this person forward, I think they were shocked when somebody else stood up and says, "Well, wait a second, we got people that want to run for that."
Yeah.
And then they took a vote, and the person that the old, I'll call it administration or whoever it is, that wanted this other guy to be out, when he got smoked in the election, the guy just left.
They packed their bags and left.
He wasn't going to win anything. He saw it.
So-
Right, he saw it and took
And
off.
then the new spokesperson, whoever that person was who's running the thing, goes, "Well, that's what's the problem with this thing, is that people who lose, they get up and pack their bag and they leave.
Parliamentarian.
Parliamentarian, yeah, that's what it was.
Thank you, Sheriff. Well, and the one thing that I remember, and I can't remember what the first Republican women, I think it was, put on it was a great one. It was when Kevin Stitt was running for governor. So that would have been, 2016, I think it was. They had all the Republican candidates at the fairgrounds, from governor all the way to the local stuff. And every single governor, Republican governor, was there. All 6 or 8 of them, whatever it was. So that's the one thing that I think they do is bring people together to have debates and forums and all that good stuff. So that's the one thing that I thought they did well. But other than that, besides having local meetings, so
yeah, they it seemed kind of slimy every now and then on some of the stuff they try to do, but thankfully we had Representative Duell there to kind of to help us out.
Where was that?
at the GOP convention, Logan County GOP convention.
Representative Duell wasn't there.
Colin Duell?
Was he there?
Absolutely, he was. Yeah.
I didn't think he could go to that.
why not?
Oh, I'm thinking of Judge Duell. I'm sorry.
No.
Judges can't.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, Colin was there.
I'm sorry.
So
GF Guthrie says we need GMP there next time, streaming all the action.
Oh boy, he won't be invited. From the old party. The new one, you probably
new
would.
one, you're good.
No, the new one you would.
New administration, you're
Yeah,
good.
but
Oh, they would have tried.
it's an open space.
Well,
Public.
If you knew the administration,
Public meeting.
Yeah.
Sure, they'd have had a problem with something.
Yeah, but I would have streamed. I think I would have if I was in town. But
Other pressing issues.
a
Take
lot
care
more fun issues.
of.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, very cool. I feel like I'm updated on it now.
Oh, okay.
I was able to get a little bit here and here throughout the week. I tried 85 text messages, but no one seemed to want to answer
Well,
those.
you should just text me.
I should
then.
have texted you.
Yeah, I don't know
yes.
why you.
I couldn't figure out who Jaden Chappell had defeated. I asked 4 different times. I couldn't get an answer. It was
Well,
like
yeah,
a
he
secret.
didn't defeat nobody actually because the
'Cause
guy,
he ended up-
the current co-chair was nominated and he respectfully bowed out
Yeah.
because he didn't have votes anyway.
Interesting Saturday morning.
Yeah. Glad you guys were able to attend.
Well, I was for a little while.
Yeah, Phil was there for 15 minutes.
I was there for 30.
Oh, 30, sorry.
What time did you get there?
A little after 8.
So
Left about 8:40.
Oh, so I saw you for about 10 minutes. I
Yeah,
got there
you
really
were there.
late.
Yeah, I saw you
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Well, very cool. Any other big issues we need to get to here?
Let's see.
We've
What
had
do we
spelling tests. We've had Representative Davis, GOP.
Oh, what about the? Well, we don't want to talk about that because people leave when we talk sports. I don't think so.
We got it all covered.
Blue Jays are 11-0, heading to Kingfisher tomorrow for a festival.
Hey, when are we going to realize? I do have something real quick.
Josh Seabolt says logging in so late, probably missed all the good stuff. It's been a good.
Josh, good to have you here, my brother.
That's getting back in the studio.
Yeah, I got to get. Hope you're feeling better and doing well.
Getting back in the studio.
Can I ask this real quick? Go ahead.
Hold on to it real quick.
Hold on to it. I'm going to forget. Go ahead.
But yeah, we had a lot of good stuff on here. So Josh,
No.
go ahead, Phil.
Oh. When are we going to realize in our country
Oh, boy, here we
that these school shootings have to do with mental illness and not guns? They have to do with mental illness. When are we going to realize that?
And before we get
And
to
when are we also going to realize that locking doors and putting up festivals inside schools doesn't make you any safer?
correct.
When are we going to realize that?
Just real quick, and if you're really interested in this topic, I invite you to go to secondbananamedia.com, and find the podcast Safe Defend.
Yeah.
Phil hosts that podcast with Safe Defend, and they talk about a lot of security and a bunch of this stuff.
Well, they work with schools and private businesses all over the country, have for over a decade, first-rate company. I mean, they spend their life. Their director of trainings is a retired FBI agent whose last assignment for several years, Dr. Greg Vecchi, was the head of the FBI Behavioral Analysis and Research Office. So he's a pretty wicked smart guy on these topics, and he is the first to say, this is about mental illness. It's not about guns. It's not about this. It's not about that.
Well, it's definitely not about guns because they call somebody with the gun to come stop the guy with the gun.
Yeah. So check out Safe Defend, the podcast, and it's on
Cut out the middleman.
Second Banana Media YouTube as well as on Second Banana Media website. Yeah, simply
So frustrating.
now the school didn't have any security guards because this female went through all that logistics and all that good stuff. Simply had
Called a soft target.
They had the alarm. They had the little 2-door entrance, all that good stuff.
Just shot her way through.
Shot her way through it, crawled through the glass, and went in.
Yeah. Now I'll say this: those police officers were. That's how you respond.
It was like 14 minutes when the shooting started, and then she was
the
down.
way when they got there, their body cam, there was no. There was no hesitation. There was no, we're going in, and then the way they sweep the hallways, made their way, found the shooter, engaged the shooter, put the shooter down. Good guys win that one. Unfortunately, 6 souls were lost, victims, and I know there were 7 that died, but the 7th one brought that on herself.
Yeah, so we're still waiting on the manifesto. There's a manifesto out there, manifesto.
Oh boy, here we're gonna spell everything now.
But so kind of curious on that one. They
Can
said
you focus?
she was upset because she had to go to that school. Well, that was like 2 decades ago.
It's mental illness. It's mental illness. I mean,
It's 100% mental.
and I asked Chris this today. So when you do this, you have to have gotten to a place in life where you say, okay, I'm ready for my life to be over.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Because there is no other outcome in these deals.
Here's the other part. The guns were purchased legally, and her parents had no idea. She's 28 years old. Why are we talking about the parents for? Why are we talking about parents?
That's what happens when you live in a country where you get to stay on mommy and daddy's health insurance until you're 26. That's what happens. We treat adults like children.
Or were they hoping to have the parents in trouble because
I don't know.
A 28-year-old bought guns within the few months?
It's such a
if you look at
crap.
Look at all the big cities who have the red flags, red flag laws, they have the extensive background checks. They have the worst crime rate in America. So the laws don't work. I mean, it just doesn't. Okay, it's all about power and control for the government to try to take that kind of stuff from you.
It's very frustrating.
Again, you call somebody with a gun to stop a person with a gun. Cut up the middleman. Use somebody like Safe Defend, protect the schools, and you're good.
Well, training, do real world training.
Yeah. So, with that said, Phil, and I don't catch every Safe Defend podcast. Yeah. I try to watch them Friday mornings. They're live Friday mornings at 9 o'clock.
Yes, well, 9:30.
9:30. Okay, 9:30. Yeah. They're live on Second Banana Media. But like, what would Safe Defend have in place? Okay. There's nothing that will ever stop. If someone wants to do something bad, they're going to do something bad, right?
Dr. Vecchi talks about this all the time. Jeff Green, the founder of Safe Defend, who spent almost 20 years as an administrator in public schools in Kansas before he started the company. And he started the company after the horrendous in Connecticut.
Not Columbine.
No, the one that's what completely.
Pennsylvania?
Sandy Hook?
Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
He literally quit teaching and started this because he was just disgusted. And when it happened, he said, what would I do? What would I do with all my babies? And so he took action. So these are guys that have committed their lives to this. You know, Dr. Vecchi, Jeff, they all will say the first thing out of their mouth is you cannot prevent evil from happening. What you can do is you can mitigate the risk as much as possible by doing real world training on what they call left of bang, which is try to prevent it from happening through good training for teachers, counselors, administrators, to where they can identify and know how to take action when you see these kids that are potential, and we're talking about the kids, okay? When you see them, you can take action. Now, the shooting just happened in Nashville, and what most people don't realize, most shootings in schools occur with somebody who's supposed to be in the building. Most of them do. You go back and historically look at it, it's a student that's supposed to be there or somebody that's familiar to the school. There's never been a classroom where the door was pulled shut and locked that was penetrated by an active shooter in any of the shootings, okay? So there's all these things, right? Jeff always uses, I think it's a great example. I think until we get serious, and I want to be really clear about this. I'm not talking about the administrators or school boards or
here in the county. Or
no, I'm not talking about that. Everybody wants safe schools, okay? Yep. But until we get serious about how we fund these things to provide the things necessary for the schools, it's not going to change. It's about mental illness. It is not about It's not about guns. It's not about all this John Wayne stuff. Listen, I'm impressed with the 14-minute response, right? I'm impressed with that. What I will tell you, though, is most active shooters, or as Dr. Vecchi calls it, active killers, it's over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So if something does happen, people are going to die. They are. If it gets to that point, you're going to have death. That's a cold, hard fact. It's a reality. It's horrible. It's horrific. 14 minutes is a great response time. It is a great response time.
From start to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most active killers inside schools, it's over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how fast you get there. People are going to die. That's why the left of bang, before the incident happens, training, threat assessments, doing good threat assessments with folks that do this every day are so important. And Oklahoma, give them some credit. They just passed a $20 million school safety bill to use for schools to do threat assessments, training, stuff like that. So we are pouring money into this now. But there hasn't been a death due to fire in schools since like 1950-something. Why is that? It's the requirements for the schools with the fire suppression, but it's also it's the way you take about it. Fire drills, what's required. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that. But we got to quit acting like that this is something that happened somewhere else. I mean, we've got to quit acting like that. It's happening everywhere.
Sheriff Davis says gun control only affects law-abiding citizens, not the criminals.
100%, Sheriff. 100%. And it's just, and listen,
Sheriff also says, Left of Bang, great book.
Yeah. And I got to tell you something. Dr. Vecchi, this guy he's a freaking stud. I mean, this guy was a field agent. He worked in ran the behavior analysis and research department where they study stuff like this. He did this kind of work in the Middle East for the I mean, this guy is high level stuff, right? And what he says makes so much sense. It's just common sense approaches. Like he said, everybody automatically thinks that the immediate answer is, and ultimately they always end this way, but when he talks about arming teachers, right? A lot of people say, well, let's just arm teachers. Well, most teachers are not interested in that.
Yeah, no.
They're there to educate kids.
Yeah,
there's been tons of white paper, tons of research, tons of all this. I think and I'll use our schools, the fact that we've invested heavily in school resource officers puts us far ahead of the game, having somebody there. Having the right kind of left-to-bang training with the immediate notification system that's hardwired, where you can go in, hit a fingerprint, do immediate notification, goes to law enforcement, they're immediately deployed. It gives pinpoint actually where that alarm was set off. That's intel for responding officers. I mean, so we got to invest in these things because our kids, it's so disturbing. You shouldn't be a school teacher and have to worry about whether or not you're going to go home safe, or if you're a spouse of a teacher, whether your loved one's going to come home safe, and we sure shouldn't worry about our kids coming home safe. I mean, it's just
video is only going to record the carnage. It's not going to finish.
It's not going to record it. It's great after action stuff, but it doesn't prevent anything.
Right.
Locked doors, big deal. Shoot your way through them. I mean, it's just.
This is embarrassing to say, but I got my phone notification: school shooting in Nashville, gunman down.
Just now?
No, I'm just saying when I got it, and I went, sucks.
Well, because we became so used to it.
Yeah.
It happens all the time,
What really drew me to this one was it was a female.
Yeah.
And so I was like, of course, then you look at it, then it's obviously bad. Not that, again, I'm kind of embarrassed. I just kind of look at it and go,
But that's how we've all become.
I know. It sucks.
I mean,
it sucks. But does it take that happened in Nashville? So now every school in Tennessee is on high alert of what does it take something like that? Does it have to happen at X high school in Oklahoma? Then we get they're taking it serious. But
I'll tell you this: Uvalde, the horrible one in Texas that happened. A lot of schools in Texas still don't act like it's a big deal.
Because
it's and again,
I reached out to them.
Well, I'll tell you this: Safe Defend met with Uvalde about a year before this happened, and they decided not to use it.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying it would have prevented it, but It could have.
But here's the other deal on this particular one here. When you watch the female drive into the parking lot before entering the school, off to the right, top of the video, you see kids on the playground recess. There's trees that kind of covers them up. Obviously, this shooter knew it was probably recess because she went through all that. She knew there was no shooter, so she obviously knew that it was recess time. Why didn't if she thank God she didn't, but go to.
They were right there.
But she went inside. And then we don't know this. I guess will find out. Was she looking for
specific
people? Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like she was.
And everyone else was just in the way.
I don't typically watch the videos. It took me forever just to watch the body cam footage because it's just so terrible, so sad. And again, people want to publicize it instead of actually doing something about it.
A couple questions here. Carrie says, "What if we deployed the National Guard to watch over our schools until all safety is in place, 2 armed soldiers per school?" And it was a little too long for me to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's way above my pay grade. All I could do is give you my opinion. Sheriff Devereaux or Dr. Vecchi, that is a question I will ask because they're the pros at that kind of stuff. And it looks like Sheriff Devereaux knows Dr. Vecchi.
Yeah.
And so he can speak to Dr. Vecchi's professionalism and knowledge.
And I can tell you, our police and deputies, they have some school. I know they have some training. I don't know what level.
Well, this is what I've always said.
But I know they've gone through.
This is what I've always said. This is what I've always said about. I mean, think about this. This is not. I want to be very clear about this. I have the utmost respect for all law enforcement. So this is not critical of law enforcement. It's what we're asking law enforcement to do. Okay. Most times, I mean, think about it. Most work done by law enforcement, we'll say, in the city of Guthrie. Sheriff's, deputies are a little different because they cover such big areas and they're asked to do a lot of things. But the city of Guthrie, we ask people to go from writing tickets, doing normal what officers would say are just mundane, normal stuff, right? Pulling
domestic
people over, disputes, stuff like that. And then in a moment's notice, we expect them to hit a button and become combat operators. Now, just think about that for a second. That's what we're asking them to become. I'm not saying they're not capable. I'm not saying they don't do a good job. But it's such a... think about how difficult that is. It is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. I think we're way ahead of the game locally because of our school resource officers. I know Dr. Simpson's taking it very serious. He's done a lot of things. But, I think it is an incredibly difficult ask to ask somebody to go from work running a cruiser, pulling in to get a drink at Sonic, and doing traffic laws and your normal stuff that law enforcement does every day, to now we want you to go be an operator.
Well,
especially if you're not training on it every day.
Especially
that's my
weekly.
whole point, and they're not. Even our I don't know what we call it. If we call it SWAT or SRT here, but it's not what they do every day. These are normal officers as additional duty.
I think they have that training though.
They have local training, but there's a difference between. I just know this when I was in the service, and the unit I worked with, it was a forward action unit,
like those.
And go ahead.
The ones that I watched on the body cam seemed like they were trained really well.
Did you see what the one did that put him down? It's a former Marine.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
No. But
they did it really well.
They did great, and that's why I said I'm not being critical of them. I'm saying it's unfair to ask them to step into this. Now they have to do it, right?
Because Sheriff Damon says because that's what we signed up for. That's why they.
Absolutely, but that's not my point. I get all that. But if we don't allow the deputies, we don't ask the sheriffs, we don't allow, I should say, to do real world training. Nothing's real world in those. How do you simulate that? Yeah. You can't. Because you can't simulate it because that traumatizes the hell out of kids and teachers.
But can you simulate like a war? I mean, you can't.
Well, not in
you can do all the training. I'm going to the extreme here, like military. Like you can't. For a lot of people who haven't been to a war.
Well, they do live fire training in the military to simulate war. There's not a police department in America that's doing live fire training. Okay. I mean, there's a thing called fog of war, right? It's a real thing. You know, you can be great at shooting a weapon when you're at the range. You can be great at it. You can be fabulous at it. You can be the best marksman in the world. You put them in a high-stress situation where all this other stuff's added, their ability to shoot, most people, goes out the roof or is so greatly reduced, it's ridiculous. Right?
On a smaller level, a guy can make 25 free throws with nobody in the gym, but when you get into a 20,000 arena, you have to make one free throw to win it.
They're a great range golfer. When they're on the range, they just stroke it. But
300 yards straight.
Right, but you put them out there in a situation.
So what if? So like, is it like taboo, or is it like? Will it scare people if like local law enforcement during summertime when the buildings are empty to go in and do actual training in a school?
They do.
Okay.
They do that.
They do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But think about this. You're sitting there, you run a case, it goes off, we got a shooting at the high school. Okay? I hate to even say those words. I mean, it makes you want to throw up.
Yeah.
But high school in Ukraine.
So they're all going to reply. Well, that would be great because they got plenty of money over there.
75.
But anyway, stepped right into that one, didn't you? But you know, they're going to respond. You know, our officers, I think we have some of the finest law enforcement. They've proven it time and time again over the years. We've had horribly tragic situations, and the way our officers have responded and performed locally, we have such good officers. I'm talking about PD and sheriff.
We can go back a few months.
I mean, it's unbelievable how well our officers, they're trained great. I mean, we're so lucky to have them. So I think we're ahead of most communities. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
But by the time they get there, you go in, you assess the situation. You know, if you don't know where they're located, you don't know what even the resource officer, they're not going to automatically know where it's popping off.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
I mean, the resource officer's sitting down here, where are they going to go? They don't know where it's at. I mean, it's just.
Well, they have cameras, I think, in some of their offices.
But when it's a shooting.
Yeah.
The adrenaline's flowing.
Yeah, crap! What's that screen? I've looked at it 1,000 times.
You got to run where you see people running away.
Yeah.
I guess you run too. But in this case, in this last one, there was no one really running out, so they had to go look. Now, I think the female started shooting at police from the second floor, so they kind of knew where.
They had a general idea where she was.
General idea, yeah.
But and again, those officers did a fabulous job. I mean, our officers, when they handled the guy with the weapon over here not that long ago.
Yep.
You talk about handling it like first. I mean, they handled it.
They sure did.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure did.
That's so impressive.
Yep.
You know, so I think we're in great shape. But I just wish there was more we could do.
I think when you have Sheriff on here and we have a good conversation with this.
I'd like to get the sheriff. I need to see if Sheriff Devereaux would like to do a podcast with Dr. Vecchi.
Yeah, Safe Defend?
Yeah, with Safe Defend. I think that'd be a great podcast.
Worst case scenario, he says, search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, that is worst case scenario. You got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
I mean, there's no... But again, they did such a great job in Nashville.
They sure
What
did.
did my beautiful bride say? I can't read it.
She says a couple things here. We can go in order here. Tanya says, I heard on one show that the shooter also checked out another school, but it had a resource officer on duty, so she went to
the softest target.
Yeah.
Which
soft targets.
Yeah.
Yep.
also adds schools could practice without students, right?
And they do.
And they do.
And they do.
And then final one here is... Did I click the right one? I did. Okay. They could practice responding on teacher professional development days when children are not present.
Yeah, what's interesting, Tony, and I didn't, because I agree with that. On the surface, that sounds like it makes so much sense. Safe Defend, again, schools all over the country, so they have really good data, a good sampling all over. Majority of teachers literally get very... I'm just going to use
uptight,
freaked out by the idea of doing that kind of training.
Yeah,
and it's so that's what I'm trying to say. What makes it very difficult. Now, I'm not saying there's not teachers. I know teachers out there that would, love to be armed and you know. I mean, so I get it. But overall, as a profession,
even if you had 2 or 3,
but think about this. If you're a teacher and you know Jimmy, and you've known Jiminy his whole life. You've taught Jimmy, and then one day Jimmy gets upset because of whatever's going on in life and decides he's going to bring a gun to school and start shooting people. I know people that have no problem putting Jimmy down, but I know a lot of people that I don't think could pull the trigger.
It'd be hard.
Because they've known him his whole life.
I would like to think if I was in that situation to help others, it would, but there's not a doubt in my mind. It's still, you still have to process. I'm about to shoot Jimmy.
And I've known him his whole life.
But it would take that moment in my mind to go, if I don't, it's going to get a whole lot worse.
100%.
And so,
it's one over how many?
But you have that process.
Of course, which also makes you pause.
Correct.
I mean, so while you're trying to decide if you're going to spare Jimmy's life, maybe Jimmy doesn't spare yours.
I mean, if someone breaks into your house, you think they break into your house? Do you like, well, make sure it's not somebody I know? I mean, you process.
Yeah. Sure you would.
You process, it might cost. I mean, it's a tough deal.
And so I just want to, and I don't mean to get on that tangent, but I think it's something everybody's thinking about, and I just want to say one more time how proud I am of our law enforcement. I think that what's this? Training has potential to cause.
Sheriff says the training has potential to cause emotional harm to those not used to it.
That's 100% right, Sheriff. And I even think back. Going a long time ago when I wasn't old and fat and out of shape and all that good stuff, when I was in the service doing this type of stuff in the military, we'd involve other people, and even people in the military that weren't necessarily in a combat arms type job that thought they wanted to volunteer for training, they'd get freaked out. I mean, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is.
Yeah.
But again, left of bang is so darn important because that's where we can prevent as much as possible from happening.
Dr. Simpson, the superintendent of Guthrie Public Schools, as there are many things we do to protect our students and staff that nobody knows about, and some of that is intentional, and of course.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%. That's why I said I think Dr. Simpson, locally, I think they've done so much. I think, but as overall.
But you have to continue to get.
You got to continue because it continues to change. But listen. This is the main thing. Our law enforcement professionals and our schools have to have funding available for them to do the things that they want to do.
Yep.
There's not one person out there that wouldn't do everything humanly possible to make all of our schools ultra safe. It costs money.
Yep.
So, but I would tell you too, get third party involvement. There's money at the state to help pay for it. Whether it's Safe Defend, they're a great company. We know them obviously. But if not Safe Defend, other companies that do this as well, I don't care which one you use, but have a third party come out, professionals come out, work in conjunction with local law enforcement, because that's one thing I love about Safe Defend. They're not separate. I mean, they bring law enforcement, the schools, all the first responders, everybody together. They do such a good job. But man, get that outside assessment. That threat analysis, get it, because the more professional eyes you can have on situations like this, the better you are. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the better you are. So, and do that left to bang training. I mean, help. We got to do everything we can to make our it's also. I mean, I think about my wife, a teacher. I mean, I want her as safe as possible. Yeah. And we all do. So, I mean, I just can't think of anything more horrific. Then did you guys see the reporter that was getting ready to do the interview, and her son walked out and hugged her, and she said, "Come on," she goes, "I'm sorry," and she goes, and they said no, and he goes, "I just had to,"
Yeah.
I mean, she knows he's okay, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you not physically, but emotionally?
Yeah.
How are you right this second?"
Well, there's 3 parents that didn't have their kid run out.
That's exactly right, and there's I guarantee you the 3 adults that were killed had loved ones that they didn't come home to that night. And it's horrific. It's just horrific. It's sad that our schools have to deal with this stuff. It's very sad. Very, very sad.
Okay. All right. How about the Thunder?
Oh, boy.
Who? We'll cut that up, and we'll have that segment to itself on that.
Yeah, it's just something that I know all of us are very disturbed by. And, man, when it involves kids, I mean, it's a different level stuff. I mean, those sweet babies are all 9 years old. 9 years old. Unbelievable.
All right. Well, we can touch on this real quick here. The second band Bracketeers, it's over. It's done.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I mean, it's done.
Yeah.
Well, we double-checked your statement.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
You were wrong.
Oh, I'm not wrong.
Here we go.
Go ahead. Just talk.
Captain America.
I'm not look at it here.
Just take your damn hat off inside the building. Yeah, that's right.
So, those 80 points that you're going to try to look up real quick came in the Elite 8 is where those 80 points came from.
Hold on. Stand by.
No. There's a winner. And we're getting to him here a second as soon as Ronnie confirms it on his personal time.
Go ahead.
Cousin Nate, you want to pay attention.
You know what? 2-1. Doesn't matter what he says.
But it's better if it...
hold on. Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, I beg to differ.
Oh.
So
This is the person who you said who's winning. Nobody in the Final Four. They have nobody in the Final Four.
Luke, correct.
And then Okie Farm Wife, she has somebody in the Final Four that can win.
Oh.
That can go on and play in the national championship.
Oh, she's not in second place.
She's not in second place right now,
didn't
but
check
she
that?
has. If UConn wins, she wins.
You know what? I apologize.
Thank you.
You said you checked this today.
This is good. This is perfect.
What the hell?
Okie Farm. Is that
My job is to spout stuff off without researching it.
Yeah, that's exactly. You yelled at me. Thank you.
And I apologize.
Thank you for
I was wrong.
apologizing.
Your job
is to have the information right.
Is to have information right.
Yep.
First of all, stay in your damn lane.
Yeah.
You're in my lane right now. Don't do that anymore.
Cousin Nate, you can go away. You're
Okie Farm Wife. If
you're right.
If
Ronnie.
UConn wins, she will have 650 points. And that will give her the victory.
First or second. We know who first or second.
we have our winners.
We have our first and second place. Correct.
Yes, but it's not who Chris thought.
Well, we have our. Well, no.
Oh wait.
Well, no, because
You have to apologize.
No. Because she's not necessarily get second place. If UConn loses, she still stays in the same place she is.
Correct.
So
First or second.
she'll be.
We know the winners.
Yeah. Well,
We
no,
know
we
the
don't.
first
No,
or
we
second.
don't.
We know the
Depends on what
first or
Connecticut
second.
does.
Because if UConn loses, she still stays in 12th place, and Aunt Janet gets
that's
second
right.
place.
How did you not do this research?
Well, because you were talking to me and I couldn't fully go through the bracket.
My fault.
So if UConn loses, Aunt Janet stays second place. If UConn loses, Luke Davis gets first place.
Why are you throwing names out there?
What's all public?
Yeah, it's public information. And then if
Trying to take our public rights.
and if
in?
UConn wins, she gets first, and Luke Davis gets second, bumps Aunt
Couldn't
Janet.
have done that before. You couldn't have.
Well, you distracted me all
No,
day
it's
today.
okay.
So, my bracket was so bad, I didn't even look at that, and so
You can say sorry too.
my apologies.
Thank you.
I
Thank
shouldn't have.
Yep.
Because I
Not
looked
over.
at
Hey,
it.
whoa.
It's not over.
Chris just apologized.
I apologize when wrong.
I was told, but that's a bad trait.
To apologize.
Yeah. I just go around town apologizing all the time.
That's a bad trait.
Yeah.
Well, if you're truly wrong, you're wrong.
Exactly.
And everyone is going to be wrong.
Well, not according to some people.
So the bracketeer comes down to one game on
Yes.
April 1st.
And a big thank you to our great sponsor, Strive Wellness Lounge. The winner will get a $200 gift certificate, and the runner-up will get a $150 gift certificate. And we can't thank Strive Wellness Lounge enough. The winner will get first and second place winner will get those certificates.
Good
and
services.
A great package. And Steph and Tina do a great job at Strive Wellness Lounge, and they continue to get more and more people through the doors, and a lot of people are getting healthy and losing weight, and they do so much stuff. IV therapy to shots, B12 shots, energy boost, all that good stuff. So testosterone.
What's that do?
Huh? They sleep better.
Sleep better. Builds up your anger more.
No.
No.
More energy.
More energy. Very good. So big thank you, Strive Wellness Lounge. Boom. Okay.
Oh, is that a
Cut.
For the cut.
Yep.
Oh, it's 8-11.
Still got a chance.
Yeah.
Okie Farm's wife. Who's that? Who is Okie Farm's wife?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
I don't know either. They picked Marquette just like you. They had a lot going for Sasha Khan or whatever. Was that his name?
No.
The coach?
Shaka Khan.
What's his
That
name?
was a rock and roll
Shaka
group.
Khan, Shaka
What's his name?
What are you talking about?
The guy who you picked to win. The guy who was at Tech.
I didn't pick Marquette to win.
Yeah, you did.
Picked Alabama to
Picked
win.
Alabama to win.
Oh, you picked Marquette to go to the Final Four, though.
Yeah.
If Kansas got screwed. If their coach had been there, we'd be in the Final Four.
Everyone's bracket is done.
This is the worst Final Four of all time.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's great, too.
Shaka Smart.
Shaka Smart,
I
yeah.
want parity in every sport.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want
you
Marshall.
got it. You got
I
it.
want Marshall to play for a national title in football at some point.
Oh, yeah. Sasha Khan used to play for KU. Sarah
Shaka
said.
Khan.
No, Sasha Khan. Remember
Oh,
Sasha Khan?
Yeah.
He played for KU.
All right. Looks like we made our way to another end of another
wrap?
open mic.
You checked the
podcast.
notes? Is that all?
Let's see here. Words and Logan County GOP is the only thing I wrote down.
Oh.
Words.
A spelling test.
You wrote on words.
Who's your favorite all-time college sports team? Real quick. Any sport, your favorite team ever. Focus, Chris. See, I get yelled at when I'm not present.
We'll just have a silent game.
Who is it? Who's yours?
Go ahead, Chris. Go.
What was the question?
Who's your favorite all-time college sports team?
Easy.
Doesn't matter what sport it is.
Very, very easy.
88 Sooners basketball team, maybe?
They didn't win national championship, but that's a good one.
But I remember as a 10-year-old.
Who'd they lose to?
Well, they beat them in the.
But, wouldn't have mattered, Chris.
Well, they played basically in Lawrence,
Danny Manning and the
Kansas.
Miracles.
In Kansas City.
Who won?
Kansas.
What day was that on?
What day was it on?
What day was the game played on?
Monday.
What was the date?
Oh, I can't tell you.
The day my sister got married. That's how I remember it. She
wow.
got yelled at.
I thought we were
Sitting
gonna have
outside listening to it.
We're
on the
going to have
radio.
like a
How about
holiday
you?
or something. It's easy. 94 Oklahoma baseball team won national championship. Easy.
Oklahoma baseball
Easy.
team.
Easy. Chip Glass, my favorite player.
Okay, that's good.
MVP.
Very good.
Ryan Damon Minor. Javier
Lucky
Flores.
Lucky
Ball
Buckles.
trailer. Yep. Russell Ortiz. Javier Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Great team. Beat Nomar Garcia-Pera and Jason Veritek and Georgia Tech.
Cool.
13-5, I think.
Sure
it was
did.
on
It
CBS.
was an ass whipping.
Cousin Nate, 2001, 2002 OU men's basketball team.
Is that Hollis
Wait a
Price?
second. Wait a second.
Hollis Price?
He said something with basketball. It wasn't softball.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
I'm a little surprised by
That is weird.
Cousin Nate.
That team last
do
year
you
was
need to
really
use your
good.
safe word? Is
Yeah, I think so.
he okay?
Safe word.
Let's know you're okay, Cousin Nate. It's a little concerning. What's Miss Sarah's?
Oh, the 88 KU team, I'm sure.
Well, the greatest.
Oh, no. 08 was a good year for her, too.
08 was
Last
good.
year was a great year for her, too.
08 was good. Yeah. Who made the three-pointer in 08?
That'd be Mario Chalmers.
That's right. I still don't know why they didn't foul him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I just don't know why they just didn't make 2 free throws to close out the game.
there are those things that you always, in sports, you always call, like the K-State when they had Klein at quarterback at OSU in the regular season. They've been running the ball straight up, and then they get down on 4 straight times they pass the ball.
Yeah.
Why on God's green earth would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing what's working.
worked.
Yeah. 94 OU baseball team.
Oh, very good.
Remember, we had that on VHS. Remember that? We recorded on VHS.
Oh, yeah.
And we watched it like all the time after that.
Yeah. No doubt.
That look good?
That looks good. I'd eat that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good. Prepared well. Kudos to the chef.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get on out of here.
Tri-tip.
What do you say? Tri-tip, is that what it was?
Ooh, cook it like a brisket.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarah says 08 officially. So.
Oh, wait.
there,
Okay.
so.
Very good.
All right. A reminder, secondbananamedia.com for all the different podcasts. We debuted a new podcast this week called Unsportsmanlike. Did a good job.
I'm ready for Seabolt to come back and give us some Monday Matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seabolt. I hope to get him back in the studio. Chamber of Vibes was here today. Brittany visit with a member with Casa for Kids. That was a very good podcast.
Entrepreneur Spotlight's coming back next week.
Ooh.
And kind of get back into
In the rhythm.
podcast mode rhythm again.
Yep.
Got busy with other stuff, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get back to schedule.
Other things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right. For Silas B. Maxwell, there he is. Ronnie Phillips,
D
Nichols.
stands for...
I'm Chris Evans.
Cut it.
We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the Open Mic Podcast. Join us each week from inside the Second Banana Media Studios located in beautiful downtown Guthrie. Catch our shows on Facebook and YouTube and also on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Until next time, so long from Guthrie, America.